YouTube, because the chat is already going in YouTube, that there's no audio in YouTube.
Oh.
So I want everybody to hear what you're saying because you walking it back. I mean, that dude is a head coach of UCLA.
Exactly.
And he's a public speaking major at UCLA, and my man froze up today.
But Cap, reality. I mean, does it really matter if he wins? If they go out in the Big Ten and kick butt, does this really matter at all?
No, but right now.
Right now it does.
I'm walking it back.
All we
right
care
now,
about is wins on Saturday. Come on.
I'm saying
yes.
that I had his back. I love UCLA, so I was like, let me have his back. But then when I found out on the chat that he had a major in public speaking, and then I had to go confirm, and the internet confirmed, y'all. No, that's bad. That's a bad look, bro.
It's twice as bad, though, DeMarco, because
so
not
bad.
only are you the head coach at UCLA, where you played football at UCLA.
Yes.
Now you're the head coach at UCLA, where you played football at UCLA, but you also were a student there, and you were a public speaking major. And now we don't know if you're a good coach yet, but what we do know is, at least after day one, I mean,
you had one bad presser.
Yeah.
It was the presser. This is not the one you want to screw up, but you don't want to blow this one. But you did. But it's just one.
I get that.
It's just one.
Listen,
Come on. Yeah.
I get that. That's why I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I said, listen, people have a fear of public speaking. I know a lot of people that are great, just conversationalists, but can't get up and do public speaking. So I'm like, maybe this is him.
all right.
But it's not.
Why is it when I've stolen from the Queen when I call people B? Like I say, hell nah, B. Now, I don't really know if that's a good thing to say or not, but I took it from Queen. I don't care.
It depends on what that B means, Cap.
I don't know what B means.
Cap, just to be safe, don't do it.
You don't think so?
No.
Because I think,
Laura, maybe you just stay away from it.
Like if somebody's a G, okay, that seems like a cool thing to be. Like hell nah, G.
What up, my
right?
G?
Right, but if you say, oh, I gotta walk it back, my B. Like is B like I don't know? Is B good? Is it bad? I don't know, but I like it.
Just stay away from it for a while. Yeah,
all right.
Just
how about if I walk it back, D? Like DeMarco.
That's
you know?
fine. D.
Okay.
Yeah. But
hell yeah.
No.
You tell him.
You might have to define that B though.
Right.
Yeah.
LA.
Yeah. It's one press conference. Are we really on this guy's neck right now?
All right, well, let's do this.
We're in LA, bruh.
Let's play it for everybody. I'm going to caution everybody. What you're about to hear is highly uncomfortable. It is train wreck radio, and you're going to love it, okay?
He didn't cuss.
No, he didn't cuss. But just you got to listen to the whole thing because it's so strangely uncomfortable that you have no choice but to listen to it all. And, again, you drive by a car accident, you rubberneck it, and you're like, I just got to see what's going on. You're doing 5 miles an hour.
Yes.
Right. You can't help but stay tuned for the entire thing. All right, here he is, the new UCLA football coach, Deshaun Foster. Here he is today at Big Ten Media Day. He takes the microphone, and here's how it all played out.
How you guys doing? I'm happy to be here. Glad to be a part of this great conference. Finally putting two great emblems together, UCLA and the Big Ten. We're a school that's won, 123 championships, so this fits us being right in this conference. Football-wise, we're just excited. I'm sure you guys don't know too much about UCLA, but our football program, but we're in LA. It's us and USC. We
Oh my God!
Come on, DeMarco.
The sweat.
I'm
Started.
just basically excited, really. That's it.
We in LA.
Any questions?
I wish I could see his shirt. I bet he is pitting out.
Yeah.
Dripping.
You could float a canoe down his back.
Right.
Oh my God.
He got like on one of those light blue UCLA kind of golf shirts, and then all of a sudden the pits meet in the middle of the chest. You know what I mean? My man, I am so rooting for him. I want him to do so well. I want UCLA to say, you know what, we got one of our own, and he's got passion for the school, and he ain't going anywhere. But bro, like I'm here to help. I'm here to help. I'm offering services.
No, see, this is funny. So I'm sure Mason in Ireland at some point has had this happen where they froze. I'm sure it's happened to you. I just got a text from Mike Goldberg. He was reminding me of the old college football show I used to do.
I love Mike Goldberg.
We would freeze every now and then. A guy we both know would freeze sometimes. It happens when you go live. We practice, we rehearse, we go through the whole show, and then the lights come on, and you just forget everything for a split second. You know how that happens.
Yeah. Hey, is Goldie listening? Is he commenting on what's going on here right now, or is this a random text?
I just talking about Deshaun Foster. We were talking about some UFC stuff, so we've been talking about it all day.
Okay, because I love Mike Goldberg.
Yeah, he goes, remember when? And we were supposed to talk about Vince Young. And I had this whole thing, and then the lights came on, and I forgot everything and who he was for like 10 seconds. It happens.
It does happen. I will tell you guys, you'll love this, DeMarco. My senior year of college, right? You can imagine I'm just the kicker on the football team, okay? You got a quarterback who's a Heisman Trophy candidate. You got a couple of All-American linebacker type guys that are all going to be, NFL draft choices. And we go to, this is back in the day, there was no conference media day per se, but there was a school media day. So they show up. It's the quarterback, it's the future NFL linebackers, et cetera, and it's me. And it's only me because I'm like a fifth-year guy, and I'm also sort of the team spokesperson because I'm the guy who can talk, right?
Yeah.
So they get this one linebacker up there, and I don't want to say his name, but I'll tell you this. He probably played about 10 years in the NFL afterwards.
Oh, you got to tell me. Come on.
All right, I don't care. Screw it. His name was Ricardo McDonald. By the way, did I just give that up so quickly? I wasn't even like, nah, man.
My God.
He wasn't even pressured.
I didn't even turn on the torture machine.
Right. There was nothing. It wasn't even like, man, I don't think it's a good idea. Maybe I should just keep his name off the air.
No.
Like all you did was like, come on, man. I was like, okay.
Okay.
No problem. No
That's
problem.
Cap for you, though.
But what happened? Okay.
Right. So they get him up there, right? And his name, again, Ricardo McDonald. Great guy, great player from like Patterson, New Jersey. He went to the same high school. What remember that movie? Is it Stand By Me or was it Lean on Me? One of those two
Lean
movies.
on Me.
Lean on Me.
Yeah.
Where Morgan Freeman is like, he's the principal in the school, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he went to that high school, came from a tough background, So they get him up there. He's a senior. And they say, hey, everybody, here's a star linebacker, all Big East Conference and second team All-American and blah, blah, blah. And here's Ricardo McDonald. And Ricardo gets up there. And he goes just like this. He goes, I mean, it's like, it's like, oh, damn. It's like, You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And then he looks at me. I'm sitting right next to him because he's at the podium. I'm sitting right there. He goes, Cap, come on here. Tell him what I'm trying to say.
He just froze.
And,
yeah.
And I get up there and I'm like, what my man is saying is our defense going to be badass this year.
Who's in front of him? You said this is just school media?
Yeah, this was just like local media types.
Yeah, and I bet when he's not talking to the media, he communicates very well.
Yeah, but he was a shy guy.
Yeah.
And he just got up there and he for about a good 30 seconds he was like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Dude, I had teammates from Florida I could not understand. I really could not understand what they were saying.
So when they said, you know what I'm saying, you said, I don't know what you're saying?
They would talk. This is in the locker room. They would talk, and I'm like, what are you saying? And then somebody would like translate for me. It's really, I'm not kidding. Like, what did he just say?
Yeah, it's a different form of English. You know?
Oh, that's what you meant. Oh, this, that. Yeah.
Okay.
We're playing the Birds this weekend. The who? the Birds? The Birds from Chicago.
The Bears.
Oh, the Bears.
The Birds.
There's an A in there. Okay,
I
got
Birds.
you. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, it just depends on where you're from. I get you.
Well, I feel bad for Coach. I feel bad for him.
He's going to be okay. But
he is.
We're going to give him a little bit of a hard time because you are in L.A., bro. You should know better.
Well, that was
Stop saying that.
I'm just saying.
LA. He just
but that
froze.
was my favorite part. He was like,
We're
he's like, you guys probably don't know much about UCLA, but I'll fill you in case you didn't know. We're actually in L.A.
We're in L.A.
He is in L.A. Everything you said was true. We SC's here. That's true. Right.
It's us.
Somebody
and
asked-
SC.
We're excited. Here we go. Right.
Somebody asked in the chat if he was high.
No,
Of
not him.
Of course
No.
not. Of course
Course
not.
not.
But that's how he sounded.
See, okay, I got two questions. I did freeze. This is not a press conference, but I did meet. I told you this before. I met Janet Jackson, and I completely froze. Right. The only thing
Is
that
this
came
pre-boob or post-boob?
This is pre-boobs. This is what? When did boob happen?
Boob
I don't
happened
know,
in
but
probably
we saw the
2003.
boob last night.
Right.
Yeah, a bunch. This was
Yeah.
2004, 5?
Okay.
Is that
all right.
pre-boob?
Probably post-boob.
Probably pre-boob.
No, this is pre-boob.
Pre-boob.
Okay,
Okay.
so I couldn't wait. I had game for Janet. Couldn't wait my whole life. And when I met her,
Hey, Janet.
the only thing that came out of my mouth is I play football. That's all I said. Absolutely froze. So that's one. The second thing is, right, this is just a question. Why do we love when Marshawn Lynch says nothing?
Oh, I
But
love
then-
Marshawn Lynch.
Why do you love that but hate
I-
Deshaun Foster for what happened?
Shout out Cranbrook.
I'm just asking.
Shout out to my real people out there.
Remember when Marshawn Lynch kept answering every question with yeah?
Yeah, or like, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
No, this was before that when
Oh,
he just
all right.
kept saying yeah.
Yeah.
You would ask him, yeah.
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 But that was
Yeah.
funny and
offensive line
fine.
to keep pushing against the defense that attacks so aggressively.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
That was funny and that was fine. We love him for that.
Yeah.
We should do that
Yeah.
the whole show, D. When they
Yeah.
asked us something. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we are just getting rolling. We are underway. It is Sedano and Cap. Now, last night, we had a chance to go as an entire team. You know, last week we had a field trip. We all went to the LAFC game. Last night we went to see a movie that we'd never seen and we'll never see again. We'll tell you our reviews coming right back. Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN. Oh, but first I'll talk about Avner Gatt. Boy, that was such a an excited, we're going to a break, but instead, hey, Avner Gatt was there last night and looking great, by the way. It's so great to be with Avner Gatt outside of just work and his whole family and his entire team. And that's the one thing I want to say to everybody. Avner does have a very big team. So when you call Avner Gatt, you're not just calling Avner. You know that when you call Avner, you know what's going to happen. He's going to take the call. He'll answer. You'll know it's him. Hello. Okay. But you got an entire team working for you. And here's what they're going to do for you. If you have a flood in your house, and I'm using flood as an example, it could be another emergency. Imagine for a second that you've got this big tree behind your house. It falls over and it crushes your roof and it does all this massive damage. You call your homeowner's insurance. You pay your homeowner's insurance policy every single month. They come out, they look at it, and they're like, yeah, we'll give you a couple bucks, but that's what we can do. And you're like, bro, the roof, the furniture, the floor, the windows, it's going to cost a lot of money to fix this thing, and they don't want to give you that money. That's when you call Avner Gatt. You see, 20-plus years of experience, all the 5-star reviews, Google, Yelp, Better Business Bureau tell you he's got a track record of success. Avner knows how to deal with the insurance companies. You and me, we don't, so let's not try. So if you have this emergency, you don't deal with the homeowner's insurance company. Avner deals with the homeowner's insurance company because he's a public insurance adjuster who's on your side, making sure you get the best deal, not the insurance company. I want you to call him. 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256, or you can go to AvnerGatt.com, AVNERGAT, AVNERGAT, AvnerGatt.com. You call, he answers, and he says, hello.
Really excited to see the new schools come into play at the Coliseum. Obviously, you're going to have Notre Dame to finish the season. That's always a special game. But seeing Nebraska showing up, Penn State showing up, LSU at the Collie, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
I think both programs, the men's football program and the men's basketball program, are moving in the right direction. And the women's basketball program at USC is going to be ranked top 5 next year. So it's a great time for the USC Trojans to be back on ESPN LA.
I'm really curious to see, what does USC football look like without Caleb Williams? What are the adjustments that Lincoln Riley makes? And what is the defense going to look like in the non-Alex Grinch era?
New conference, new quarterback, just really fired up on the football side. New head coach for basketball, so almost like a really new team, which is going to be awesome. And then returning to prominence for USC women's basketball, to be back to where USC women's basketball is. I'm super excited to see Juju in her second year, but just the rest of the players continue to grow under Coach Godley.
This beautiful thing has been up since the first time SC was here. But guess what? USC is back! And once again, this means something for us. Pumped for this season. USC Athletics back on 710 ESPN.
Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beach Boys.
Now streaming, the Beach Boys tell their story in a must-see film event.
Brian, Dennis, and Carl, a cousin, Mike Love, and our good friend El Jardine. That's family to me.
Experience the definitive look at America's band.
They were participating in the creation of a California dream.
The fact that what was a family, that's where the success came from.
The Beach Boys, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13. Now streaming on Disney+.
It is so hard for me.
What?
It is so hard for me, DeMarco.
Hey.
I mean, you got to finish that. You just can't say.
Hey.
What?
It is so hard for me to listen to Will Smith.
Oh, come on, man. Let it
This
go.
is why I put it in the OTDs today.
Let it go. You don't feel any heat for Chris Rock. That man made fun of his wife in a public setting.
Well,
you wouldn't be mad?
Yes, but
What if I made fun of Rachel in a public setting? You wouldn't be mad at me?
I mean, I certainly would not ever take my life into my own hands and walk up to you and attempt to smack you in the face. I mean, that I would not do.
Okay, pretend I was like Chris Rock size, and I was making fun of Rachel. You wouldn't be upset?
I mean,
Yeah, you would.
He's a comedian at an award show, and he made a G.I. Jane joke, and I just kind of think that Will Smith said, "Keep my wife's name out your damn mouth."
Okay.
He walked up on that stage and smacked that.
Definite overreaction.
Smack that.
Definite overreaction. But I'm just saying, you can't have all the heat for one guy.
that's true. But
I do.
You can't have all the heat for one guy. That's not fair.
Really? So how much heat should I have for Chris Rock? Is it
You
40,
should have heat
50?
for all three of them because all three of them
she
caused that.
played a big role in that.
Of course she did.
A big role in
Yeah.
that. I'm just saying.
I know, but it's hard because, believe it or not, I have to admit it, and I got to be real. I love Will Smith's music. So, like, when I'm sitting here and I'm hearing it, and I'm like, yeah,
Why are you fighting
and I'm
yourself?
bouncing,
Yeah.
But then I fight it.
Don't fight yourself, man. If you like
Should
it,
we
you
play
like
a
it.
different song that's definitely going to make you sing?
No, I won't do it.
I'm going to get you to sing some Will Smith.
All right. DeMarco is here. Tomorrow, DeMarco, you and me and everybody in Southern California, because everybody's always listening, we will all be tomorrow at Rams training camp.
Yes, sir. Loyola Marymount. Can't wait.
First time.
This will be their second practice. They're out there right now practicing, but we're going to be out there. I think we're going to get Cooper Kupp on the show. Yeah, yes. Third and Kupp coming on the show with us.
So, as I'm watching Receiver now on Netflix,
So
and
jealous.
I was watching Receiver last night as I was driving home. Okay.
What?
Wait, what?
He did say he was watching Receiver
Yes.
as he was driving. I heard that
what?
correctly. Did you just admit to a...
Hold up, sir. Hold up.
Hold up.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Can you rewind and play back? What did you say?
So last night, we all got a chance to go together to see the film Mel. Now, if you were with us yesterday at this exact same time, the founder and the CEO of Good Karma Brands, Craig Karmazin, was in our studio. And he was telling us about the film that we all went to see last night at the Grammy Museum. And by the way, just like tomorrow, I'm going to Loyola Marymount for the first time. And just like last week when I went to an LAFC game for the first time, last night was the first time I was ever in the Grammy Museum. How about you?
Really cool, right?
Yeah.
Super dope.
Super
That was
cool.
really cool.
And it's hard for me to really believe that it was my first time in the Grammy Museum because you guys know that I literally live right across the street at the East Central Hotel.
That's true. You've never been in there, and you're right here all the time. Wow.
Never been in there.
Yeah.
Never been in there.
It was my first time too, actually.
Really?
Pretty cool.
It
Yeah.
was really cool.
Is everybody's first time, or have you been in
That
there
was my first time ever.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. You've been
Okay.
there before.
I have.
For a movie?
For, no, like a show, like a private show thing.
Oh, sweet.
Maybe that's where she got that Anita Baker shirt.
She's
know what I'm
I
rocking.
saying?
love
Hey,
that
yeah.
shirt. Yo, Anita
Hey.
Baker's concert was fire when we
Yeah.
went.
She's fire. Yeah,
She
yeah.
is. I love you. She kept yelling at her audio engineer
Really?
guy because he just couldn't get it
Oh,
right.
that was that show. I
and
saw
then
that.
she goes, I love you. It was
Oh,
hilarious.
wow. What'd
So
you
we
think
were
of the movie, Cap?
Here's what I want to talk about. So
Yeah.
number one, the film, for those, again, you guys were here with us yesterday. Craig Karmazin was here. He started to tell us about what we were going to see. We go to watch this movie last night, and DeMarco, let me ask it to you this. Did you know who Mel Karmazin was before last night?
Yes, but because of Howard Stern. I heard the name. He talked about Mel Karmazin. He said it like every day for like a year. When he was going through the FCC stuff, he would always mention the guy's name.
Right, but that's what you knew about him, right? That he was Howard's boss.
That's it.
That's all you knew. When you see this film last night, for me, it was an amazing thing because from about 1999 till about 2004-ish, a lot of the stuff in that movie, I had kind of my hands really, really close to it, including when I told you guys yesterday the story about how I stalked Mel Karmazin.
Yeah.
I found him at a Super Bowl party when I was working for Westwood One. I walked up to him like a brash little kid. I was about 29 years old. I said, Mel, I got to talk to you because I want to move my radio show from CBS in Florida to CBS in New York, and you're the guy that can make it happen, and I already found the right radio station, and here's why. And I told him all of this, and about 2 or 3 months later, he made it all happen. But what's amazing is 25 years later, I didn't know this. 25 years later, I found out last night. The radio station that I went up to him to talk to him about, which was called WNEW, that was his baby. And I didn't know that. I had done my research, but clearly not enough.
Wow.
So to me, that film last night, from Craig's perspective of I want to produce a film about my father who's a legend, and all
Absolute
the things
legend.
we saw.
Legend. Hands down, yes.
I was so utterly moved by that film last night. How about you guys?
It was inspiring to me. It really was. The guy his work ethic is unbelievable, and there is no such thing as no. You know what I mean? He's never going to take no, and he's so principled. Yeah, it was awesome. I loved it. D, anybody? Laura?
Oh, I loved it too. It was very insightful for me because honestly, I didn't know who he was. I mean, I wasn't really big in the radio business like that. It was all TV growing up for me. So knowing how much he impacted the radio business is pretty cool to see.
So I'm a big radio nerd. Like, I love radio. I love TV, but specifically radio. So I did know who he was. So I was talking to somebody when we were walking to the movie, or maybe back, and when I found out, Good Karma was going to buy, and the deal that they did with ESPN, people are like, oh, yeah. I'm like, no, do you know who his dad is, though? They're like, yeah, kind of. I'm like, no. If you're in radio, he has shaped radio in so many ways.
Right.
So for me, it was obviously I didn't know a lot of the intricacies that we saw, and just the deeper stuff about his family and how some things played out. But as a radio geek like me that loves radio in all its fashion, it was so dope to see.
Yeah, it was an amazing film last night, and the only thing that I really regret is that Mel, who the movie was about, because it was called Mel, told Craig, who produced the movie, his son, no one else can see this. It's only for internal use. It's too bad because I actually want to get that movie and I want to show it to my son because of everything you said, DeMarco. So inspirational.
Yeah, you didn't go bootleg, did you?
I haven't. No,
you didn't
I did
record
not.
it.
I did
because
not.
I did think about. I'm like, Cap's going to record this.
I did not. I thought about it, but let me tell you guys one thing though that happened during this film. At least to me, tell me if you guys experienced anything similar. So before the movie, and it was about an hour and 40 minutes. Before the movie, they were serving cocktails in the lobby.
Yes.
And they had nice finger foods. It was lovely. And I had a soda water. I didn't want to drink anything before the movie, And so I had a soda water. And about 45 minutes into the movie, I'm like, oh, man, I got to pee. I really got to pee, But I'm like, I can't get up in the middle of this movie. First of all, I'm entranced, okay? I'm in a hypnotic state watching this film. But secondly, I don't want to be the guy who gets up. Now, a few people did get up and go out.
Oh, yeah.
I did.
Laura did.
I did.
Okay.
Bunchy thought I left.
It didn't come back.
Yes, I did.
You moved.
I moved seats because Carlo asked me to sit with DeAndre and Parker in them. So I did for a little bit.
Yes.
I didn't leave.
So I could not get up and leave. I was entranced by the film, and I didn't want to come off as being rude in any way, and I didn't want to miss any of it. So I sat there and I held it. And I held it, man, and I held it. And then the movie ends, and Craig gets up, and he grabs the microphone. He's like, hey, does anybody have any questions? I'm happy to talk about this, right? And so people start asking questions, but he goes like this. He goes, can I get somebody to grab the mic? He goes, Kaplan, get up here. He goes, make yourself useful.
Yes.
Right? So now I got to pee so bad.
Cap, I've never seen you move so fast.
Yeah, now we get
Did you see the hop?
Now we get it. Now we get why he was moving so quickly.
Dude, I'm telling you guys right now, I had to pee so bad. Now, the next thing I know, I'm like the microphone guy. We've got a question back over here. Hello, sir. How are you? And I give the guy the mic, and this
one guy tried to keep it.
Yeah. Cap's like, sir, the mic.
Right.
The mic.
This first of all, he asked a 35-minute question.
Yes, he did.
Then, when it was
and
over.
plugged his company for 25 of those.
Then he wouldn't give the mic back. And then I walk around the room, and this lady has something to ask, and this lady has a great question, and this guy. And finally, Craig's like, okay, everybody, let's get out of here. And I am running for the bathroom. And dude, you guys don't understand. I'm holding it, and I can feel my bladder, you know what I mean, just expanding. So I get to the bathroom, and I take out my phone, and I go to the clock part of my phone, and I decide I'm going to time how long this is going to take.
How long?
Oh, my God.
How long?
You ready for this, DeMarco?
Yeah,
go ahead.
We're ready.
I peed for 64 straight seconds.
Gee. Oh, my God. How many club sodas did you have?
One club soda.
One club soda. That
One
just
club soda.
Triggered all the water in your body to leave at the same time.
Isn't
64
it so
seconds.
Satisfying though, when you finally get there and you're like, oh my God. Thank God.
You scared me when you said I got to the bathroom and I pulled out. I'm like, what?
Well,
My phone.
I pulled out my phone.
Finish that.
Right. I peed for 64
y'all
straight
are
seconds.
dirty. Y'all are so dirty.
So dirty.
But dude, okay, so I knew something about Mel Karmazin. I knew that he was a very influential and powerful man because of Howard Stern. Howard Stern shows no one respect except for him, right? So I knew that. But then learning about the Sirius XM, everything he's done, like Laura said, he shaped radio as we know it and a lot of other things. And then I'm thinking, Cap, you had the stones to stalk this guy?
Don't know how I did it.
Wow, Cappy.
Like, honestly, 29 years old, totally brash, totally ridiculous. But I just heard Howard talking about him also. So at the time, I was naive to understand how truly powerful he was.
You were gung-ho, my man.
Yeah, oh no,
You
I
were
was.
not to be stopped.
I'm telling you, man. And the other thing, just real quick, since you were talking about Janet Jackson earlier,
Yeah.
I haven't seen that Janet Jackson uniform malfunction in 20 years.
Yeah.
Now that we go back and we see it 20 years later.
Not even bad.
How contrived was that, by the way? Like, I mean, uniform malfunction, nothing. Even Janet goes on Oprah and says, "Oh, well, what was supposed to happen?"
It was a different world then, Cap.
I mean,
yeah,
dude,
it was
it
different.
was so contrived.
Yeah, it was different.
You know?
Yeah,
So-
yeah, no doubt.
We see worse, like, now, and even back then you would see worse. Like, bro,
Oh, yeah.
it wasn't,
You know
the
who
nip
took it on
wasn't
the
even
chin?
out.
Who took it on the chin like the worst because of that? Remember that rapper MIA?
Yeah.
The rapper?
Yeah,
and when she flipped off the camera after that happened,
No, I don't remember.
that.
she got sued by the NFL.
I don't even remember that.
Oh, she was on stage with there were like 3 people.
But that time, it set in motion Stern getting yanked off of radio stations, Stern leaving and going to Sirius XM, and ultimately, just to finish up the story on Mel eventually leaving, I think it was Viacom, the way the whole Viacom CBS, and he was working with another power player, a guy by the name of Sumner Redstone, and Mel hated, I hope I'm not exaggerating, kind of hated Sumner, and then they split up, and then when Sirius called Mel had this concept, well, if we put the 2 satellite radio companies together, you got a winner, and the FCC didn't want to do that because they were like, no, then you're taking away from terrestrial radio, and they're like, no, look what's coming down the road.
Yeah.
Pandora and Spotify and Apple and all of these streaming services. So it wasn't a monopoly to put the 2 of them together. You were just building a bigger company that were going to compete in the audio space. I mean, it was so brilliant.
It was.
It
also,
was, yeah, sound like you. Yeah.
that senator thing, the guy that was, not the senator, but he was like the head,
Of
right?
the FCC?
Of the broadcasters.
The broadcasting.
Oh, right.
And,
National Association of Broadcasters,
Yes.
right. Yeah.
How bootleg of like a John Cena did he look like?
Very good.
You're right.
Very
He
good.
did look a
I
bootleg
can't
Cena.
take credit
Yeah.
for that. I think that was Carla who said it because I'm like, I can't pinpoint who this guy looks like. And I was like, and then he's like, John Cena. I'm like,
John Cena's
a
stunned.
bootleg.
Yeah.
A bootleg version of John Cena. No offense, my dude, but yeah.
All right, well, hey, listen, congrats to Craig. I know
Yes.
you're still in town. I know you're listening because everybody's listening. Dude, that was unbelievable.
Yes.
And congratulations to you. And I want to copy that because I want to show that
I
to my
want
son.
my kids to say my dad's a cheat code.
Yeah,
That's
right.
my mission statement
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
I know.
It's
That's
like Bronny feels.
Yes.
Yeah.
But see, Craig can handle it.
Yes.
Bronny, we don't know yet.
Yeah. Hey, coming up, since we heard from Deshaun Foster and how he froze up today at Big Ten Media Day, we also want to get to what did Lincoln Riley say about all the criticism that's been coming his way over the last week in particular. We'll get to Lincoln Riley coming up next. But first, let me remind everybody about Icy Cold Coors Light. Because, listen, if you want to celebrate, and I mean, listen, celebrate anything. Celebrate summertime right now. You want to celebrate your team's pursuit of a championship. You want to celebrate just life in Southern California where we are just so chill. You want to go on your favorite beach walk, your favorite hike. You're cruising around on the weekend. You're listening to Sedano and Kap on the app and the podcast version. Have an icy cold Coors Light. It's cold. It's crisp. It's clean. It's refreshing. Dare I say...
It's crushable.
It is crushable. Visit CAChooseChill.com. That's CAChooseChill.com to learn more. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. And as always, when drinking that icy cold Coors Light, celebrate responsibly.
The summer of soccer will come to a close.
Really excited to see the new schools come into play at the Coliseum. Obviously, you're going to have Notre Dame to finish the season. That's always a special game. But seeing Nebraska showing up, Penn State showing up, LSU at the Collie, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
I think both programs, the men's football program and the men's basketball program, are moving in the right direction. And the women's basketball program at USC is going to be ranked top 5 next year. So it's a great time for the USC Trojans to be back on ESPN LA.
I'm really curious to see, what does USC football look like without Caleb Williams? What are the adjustments that Lincoln Riley makes? And what is the defense going to look like in the non-Alex Grinch era?
New conference, new quarterback, just really fired up on the football side. New head coach for basketball, so almost like a really new team, which is going to be awesome. And then returning to prominence for USC women's basketball, to be back to where USC women's basketball is. I'm super excited to see Juju in her second year, but just the rest of the players continue to grow under Coach Godley.
This beautiful thing has been up since the first time SC was here. But guess what? USC is back! And once again, this means something for us. Pumped for this season. USC Athletics back on 710 ESPN.
What's the name of this group? Don't tell me yet.
Oh, okay.
Survivor.
Survivor.
Yes.
Do you guys know it was the #1 hit in 1982?
I do. Because of
82.
me.
82.
I think I've bought this like 12 times. I love this song. The entire video I could do like right now for you.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Everything.
Well,
the
maybe
entire
you're doing-
Rocky 3 montage I can do for you.
Let's see it.
That's
Clever
great.
Lang. Mr. T deserved an Oscar for that role. He was all rage. I love it.
Hey,
I'm
woman.
going to show you what a real man is, woman.
Yes.
Hey, woman.
Yeah.
Hey, woman.
I'm going to show you what a real man
What you
is.
say, paper champion? I'm going to beat you like a dog. A dog, you hear? You made me wait too long. You going to pay.
You ain't joking.
Come on, Mal.
Talking about a joke, it's also National Tell an Old Joke Day today.
Tell an old joke day.
Joke day today, huh?
What is the oldest joke? Why is 6 afraid of 7?
Because he ate 9.
Because 7 ate 9.
Oh.
Oldest joke I know.
Get it?
Yeah.
7, 8, 9.
My oldest joke is going to get me fired, and it's not even that bad.
Yeah.
It's just bad. It's not that bad. It's just kind of bad.
Yeah, let's not. You know, I got dumped for saying cherries on air the other day.
No, you didn't get dumped for saying cherries.
That wasn't just cherries.
It was the words that
Look at
preceded
you.
the cherries. You know what I mean?
Just say.
Cap, quick question. Did
Yes,
you
sir.
listen to the entire Deshaun Foster press conference or just the clips?
Well, that's funny you say that because all I saw was what went viral, which was the first 45 seconds of him saying, you know, well, you probably don't know a lot about us, but we're in L.A., and I'm really
Because
excited.
he rebounded nicely after
did he?
that. Oh,
Did he?
yeah, and answered passionately. He was great after that. That's what I mean. Did anybody watch the entire press conference in there or just the clips?
I saw a little bit of it, but mainly the clips.
Yeah, see, he rebounded nicely. He even said it. It's just like anything else. It's a press conference. You get used to it and you go. And he nailed it after that.
Right. Like you said earlier, you know, it probably would have just been better if he was like, hey, everybody, super stoked to be the head coach at UCLA, pumped to join this conference, and totally available for your questions. What can I do for you?
Let's go. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're in L.A.
But instead he had
We
to
are in LA.
first just identify, drop a pin on the media. You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
do you want to hear one, Cap? Do you want to hear a different one? He talked about Chip Kelly leaving and him taking over.
Okay, I'd love to hear that.
Yeah? All right, let me play this for you guys.
Coach Kelly's a great coach, really good coach. I learned a lot from him, but, you know, he wanted to get back to getting in there and really getting his hands on coaching the kids. So he got an opportunity to coach in the bowl game because our quarterback coach took the offensive coordinator job at Oregon State. So I think he kind of missed, you know, having his hands on and really getting to coach the players. But just, you know, he put me in a position to be the associate head coach and, you know, kind of got me ready for this situation and this opportunity. So I'm just excited for it.
See,
But
sounds
was
like
that-
any other coach.
Yeah, but was that at the press conference?
Yes. He's
Really?
answering questions. Yeah,
Oh, gotcha.
there's a great LA Times article. He went in and talked about running backs, the guys on his team, talked about Eric Bieniemy, talked about Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was great after that first 2 minutes.
As far as though Chip Kelly leaving because he really wanted to get down and dirty and coach kids, that's a nice way of saying he's a quitter. And right, that's a nice way of saying he doesn't believe UCLA can compete in the Big Ten. So rather than stay as the head coach and eventually get fired and humiliated, he'd rather just go to Ohio State, where he's got a chance to, as an offensive coordinator, coach some of the best talent in the country. That's true. I will grant you that. But, I mean, come on. I mean,
I'm not
DeMarco.
disagreeing with anything you said, but I have heard this from other coaches.
Yeah.
Most college coaches spend 80 to 90% of their time chasing NIL.
Mhm.
Then they get to coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I could understand that. If you just want to coach ball and not have to talk to people, yeah, you might have to take a step back and take another job.
Yeah. You know, to that end, Lincoln Riley also today at the Big Ten Media Day, but he was on our morning show on Sportsmanlike. And, you know, Lincoln Riley has been taking a lot of criticism, mostly from ESPN's Paul Feinbaum, who has pretty much told everybody that he's a failure and that he's leaving. I mean, those are the two big takeaways that I've had all week listening to Paul Feinbaum. Here is what Lincoln Riley said earlier today on Sportsmanlike on ESPN Radio about the criticism he's been receiving at USC.
The reality is we took over a team that won 4 games a year before we got here. We've won 19 in the last 2. And honestly, I still don't think we've even been very good yet. I think our best years are ahead, and there's been a lot of work, a lot of building, which I knew that when I signed up. I mean, listen, there's a lot more ready-made places that I could have gone. But this is where I wanted to be. This is where I still absolutely currently want to be, and this is where I'm going to be for a long time. And I knew that this was going to take some time to build it into what we believe this can be again. And yeah, I mean, we've more than doubled the previous year's win total both years. But are we excited about the progress? Hell yeah. Are we satisfied with where we're at? Not even close.
See, I'd put the ring back. See, he keeps dropping those hints. This is currently where I want to be. See what I mean? You're
Well,
about to
there's the other-
propose, and she drops that. This is currently where I want to be. Well, you put that right back in the closet.
Well, there was also that one line. He was like, I had a lot of places I could have gone. Really? because, I mean, he seemed to be pretty entrenched at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And credit to the former USC athletic director, Mike Boney Bone, as many of us call him.
Nice.
That he, kind of pulled off a move that nobody saw coming. And by the way, wanting to be at USC, it's real easy to want to be at USC when they come offering you $10 million a year for a 10-year contract.
But I bet Lincoln Riley could have picked his school if he wanted to. He was red hot back in the day when he came out of Oklahoma.
But I wonder how many people were pursuing him, because most people probably presumed that he was satisfied, happy, and not going anywhere.
Directly or indirectly. I'm sure people are going to, gauge his interest. Hey, look, if we blow out Nick Saban, are you interested in Alabama? You know what I mean?
Right. Only thing was, nobody was thinking about blowing out Nick Saban 2 years ago, right?
This is true. No doubt. Yeah.
All right, so listen, we got a lot more Lincoln Riley. We'll get to some more Deshaun Foster. And we got a lot of other things we want to get to, including tomorrow. We are going to Rams training camp, and we need details on Matthew Stafford's contract. We're jumping into that next. This is Sedano and Kap on 710 ESPN.
Really excited to see the new schools come into play at the Coliseum. Obviously, you're going to have Notre Dame to finish the season. That's always a special game. But seeing Nebraska showing up, Penn State showing up, LSU at the Collie, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
I think both programs, the men's football program and the men's basketball program, are moving in the right direction. And the women's basketball program at USC is going to be ranked top 5 next year. So it's a great time for the USC Trojans to be back on ESPN LA.
I'm really curious to see, what does USC football look like without Caleb Williams? What are the adjustments that Lincoln Riley makes? And what is the defense going to look like in the non-Alex Grinch era?
New conference, new quarterback, just really fired up on the football side. New head coach for basketball, so almost like a really new team, which is going to be awesome. And then returning to prominence for USC women's basketball, to be back to where USC women's basketball is. I'm super excited to see Juju in her second year, but just the rest of the players continue to grow under Coach Godley.
This beautiful thing has been up since the first time SC was here. But guess what? USC is back! And once again, this means something for us. Pumped for this season. USC Athletics back.
Proudly founded by Premier Physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
710 ESPN.
Sedano and Kap for your afternoon right now on 710 ESPN.
It's time for what you need to know.
Let's do it. What you need to know right now.
What you need to know is being brought to us by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. DeMarco is in. We're at Rams training camp tomorrow. Rams have moved training camp to Loyola Marymount. None of us have been there yet to see it. Can't wait. And make sure you are tuned in tomorrow for our training camp broadcast. And by the way, I think Kirk Morrison is with us tomorrow as well.
Yes.
I think so, yes.
Yes, he
That's
is.
going to be great. Christopher Arthur Morales will be there as well.
He's going to camp?
He is coming with us to camp.
Nice.
What's he like at camp?
Well,
does he tone
sweaty.
it down at camp?
I would say sweaty is kind of what
sweaty at camp. Oh, that'll be.
Is he going to be like Deshaun sweating up there on stage?
Wow, you won't let it go, will you?
Wow.
Look at you.
That was easy. It was easy.
See?
lower
Come on,
hand.
B. I mean, come on.
No. You can't call me B. You can't. Not there, Cap. Not there.
Oh, okay. I still don't know how to use it.
You got to define the B, man.
I don't know what B stands
I was
for.
like, because sometimes it could be for bleepity bleep.
Somebody could drop them B's on you.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. All right, well, here she is. She's the queen at UNEEQ. Throw in the underscore at the end. At UNEEQ underscore. Follow this queen. What's up, girl?
Thank you. All right, guys, talking about training camps. As you know, the Raiders are also in Southern California in Costa Mesa, and the Saints are in Irvine. But if you want to see those, if you're a fan of those teams and you want to go see them at training camp, you cannot go. Okay, you are not. Fans are not allowed to go see them play, which I did not know that there was this rule.
I did not know that.
I did not know that. Yeah. Every club has an exclusive home territory extending 75 miles in all directions from the exterior corporate borders of the city, from which it holds a franchise. And this was per ESPN's Paul Gutierrez. He tweeted out. So if you are a fan of the Saints, you cannot go see them in Irvine or the Raiders in Costa Mesa. They can actually not even promote that they're here, and local media cannot go in there. Only Saints media is allowed at the Saints training camp, and only Raiders media is allowed at the Raiders camp. I did not know that that was a thing in the NFL, and I guess usually teams don't flex that rule. But according to, some...
Never really happens that much.
The Chargers and the Rams are like, hey, you're in my territory. You gotta keep it secluded for only your people.
But now here's something interesting. Because the Cowboys are grandfathered in, because the Cowboys have been holding training camp in Oxnard, the 805 in the house. The Cowboys have been holding training camp in Oxnard for a long time.
Forever, yeah.
So they're grandfathered in. But to be honest, I really think that the Cowboys are in a different category, meaning the Cowboys are the reason that the Rams are in L.A.
One of the reasons, yes.
The Cowboys are I'm going to call them the primary reason why SoFi Stadium has been built. Because if it wasn't for Jerry Jones, who, by the way, himself was born in Inglewood, if it wasn't for Jerry Jones, we may not have the Rams. We may not have SoFi Stadium.
Yes. So the Cowboys get the nod. I wouldn't let the Raiders come in anyway. Heck no.
I mean, they're here, so they let them in.
But, I wouldn't let them, sell tickets and have fans there. That would be crazy.
But listen, I agree and disagree just because they have such a huge fan base here. And I understand what the charge,
this is about money, though.
I know. Yeah. Not necessarily for the Chargers, but just the Rams.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dang, imagine your team is here close to you and you want to go and you're like, sorry, you can't.
They should have asked.
Is that the story, DeMarco? Had the Raiders and the Saints asked the Rams and the Chargers, or perhaps the NFL.
Yeah, the Chargers and the Rams could have given them permission. To do it.
Well, if I'm the Rams, and I'm going to speak about it from the Rams' perspective, forget about the Chargers for a second.
Yeah, we don't know.
Right, we know that I'm the card-carrying
we don't care about
president of the Charger hater
They not
club.
like us,
Right, they not like us.
And you're battling for the almighty dollar in L.A.
Right.
Against the Raiders.
But if I'm the Rams, I don't want the Raiders in Southern California for training camp, and I don't want their highly engaged fan base to be feeling like, well, they're home.
Right.
So if I'm the Rams, listen, if I'm the Rams, I am shutting down the Raiders. If I'm the Rams, I don't really care about the Saints. I'm not competing against the Saints. The Saints pose no threat to me of any kind, but the Raiders do. And so I have no issue with them shutting down the Raiders. I'm sure Raider fans do. I certainly don't, because I see it from the Rams' perspective. What do you think, DeMarco?
Remember the Spygate? That happened in New Orleans, right?
That's right.
Where the Rams practices got filmed by the Patriots? That was in New Orleans. So I would say no to them, too. Yeah, absolutely, I would say no to them. Them especially.
But
there's a rivalry that goes way back with the Saints. That's a big no.
But they were saying that it's not necessary. It's more about, what you said, DeMarco, it's about money because of sponsorships. Yeah. So it has to do with that more so than anything.
I wouldn't want the Raiders having any sort of imprint here.
Yeah, right.
I'm trying to do the opposite. So anything I can do to derail that, so be it. And if they have practice, where do they have practice again?
So Raiders are in Costa Mesa and Saints are in Irvine.
Irvine.
I just want you to say it. I love how you said
that.
I
know Costa Mesa?
Yeah.
Costa Mesa versus Irvine.
You should have read the fine print and moved it 25 miles south, and then you could have done what you wanted.
Well,
you know what? San Diego.
Right. If I were the Raiders, that's exactly what I would have done.
Yes.
If I were the
South
Raiders,
LA, bro.
If I were the Raiders, I would have gone to San Diego. I would have gone to UCSD rather than UC Irvine, and I would have gone into a market that, by the way, the Rams have done a great job in. The Rams have gone to San Diego, and they've marketed themselves to the old Charger fans, saying, hey, come jump on our bandwagon.
And
if
they
I
got
were the Raiders,
them.
That's what I would do. I would have gone to San Diego and said, hey, screw it, man. We're going to come to San Diego. There's a lot of Raider fans down there already.
They know the way.
Right,
they know the way, yeah. They've been there.
I'm so surprised that, my buddy Eric Williams, who writes, he covers the NFC West for FoxSports.com. You're going to love this, DeMarco. He refers to Southern California now with 5 teams in NFL training camps. He calls it the Beach League.
I like it.
Isn't that fun?
That
That's
is cool. That is
you
cool.
got the Cactus League in Arizona. You got the Grapefruit League in Florida for spring training, the Beach League here in Southern California.
Beautiful. Love it. But this is the only state where this could possibly happen. Who else practices in the same state? What other teams training camp in the same state?
You're saying that because of the weather and the facilities that are here and available?
Yes, that's what I mean. I mean, it's easier to practice here for the Cowboys than in the heat in Texas. That's why they come here.
Same with the Saints. By
Same
the way,
with the Saints, yeah.
Here's another thought for the Raiders. I don't know why I didn't think about this. Why didn't the Raiders try and go to somewhere in Northern California where they could have
Santa
kept
Barbara?
their right? Well, Santa Barbara would be great, but that's Central Coast. I mean, you could have gone north, further up the coast. Now you would have to.
I would not want to put the Raiders and the Niners practicing in the same area. That's not good.
You wouldn't want to put the Raiders where?
Up in Northern California with 49er fans. That's not good.
Yeah, but wait a second. I'm just thinking this out loud here for a second. If you've got to say, Laura, didn't you say that the NFL rule is you have to be 75
miles? So,
Okay.
yeah, like the Saints are in UC Irvine, and then Raiders are in Costa Mesa.
Right, which is well within 75 miles of downtown L.A.
Yeah.
But if I were the Raiders, and if I could be 75 miles outside of San Francisco, I could go back to my roots of Oakland and say, hey, Raider fans, we may live in Vegas now, and we may play in Vegas now, but guess what? We come back to Northern California to be close to you guys.
I don't know who's making – I have some Raider fans up in the Bay Area. Some of them are my family members. I don't think they're traveling 75 miles
They won't.
in either direction to go see the practices. And they're diehard Raider fans. Down here, going to San Diego, they know that trip. That's an easy trip. You've done that for years when they used to play the Chargers every year. So, but going 75 miles from your home in the Bay to go see them practice, not so sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm going to Google
you're from
what
up there.
cities
Yeah.
are 75 miles.
I mean, you're
well, listen,
from England.
how far is Santa Clara from downtown San Francisco? I mean, it may
Not
take like 6
miles.
hours.
Not 75 miles.
No, but
No,
it is far,
that's
and
too
it takes
close.
a long time because of traffic.
Yeah. And I don't know where you can practice out there 75 miles away. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't go to Berkeley, you can't go around Stanford, you can't go to any of those. How about like Davis? Could you go to Davis?
I think that might be 75 miles, but I mean, doesn't that kind of isolate yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I mean, listen, I don't know anybody that's going to drive maybe from Oakland to Sacramento. Sacramento's got to be at least 100 plus miles from San Francisco.
That would work.
Yeah.
But I think that's ruled by Niner fans. That's
You know
what I
what would
mean. I don't think that's a smart place to go if you're the Raiders.
You know what would be really cool, though? With 5 teams with training camps here in Southern California, it would be kind of cool if maybe like 4 or 5 other teams kind of moved in between, San Diego, Orange County, L.A., Oxnard, where the
Should have
Cowboys
done like
are.
San Bernardino area too. Like
Yeah, but that's
something
hot.
else.
Oh,
It is
no,
hot.
stay away from
That's
IE.
true. Yeah,
Yeah.
You're right.
I mean, come on,
You're
DeAndre.
right,
there
you're
right now?
you're
How
right.
hot is it?
It's
Yeah.
hot out there, man.
It was
It's
like
awesome.
100. You're right. It was
Yeah.
like 113
No,
last
bro.
time I dipped in there.
No, thank you.
No.
That's why they call it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, they are not my team, so I wouldn't mind them being over there. But
Wow.
Well, all I'm saying is if you could put some other teams, and then just thinking about it like spring training, where you could have 10 teams.
Go up and down. Yeah.
Right, and then have all these teams, practicing against each
Well,
other.
I know the Rams scrimmage the Chargers. They have the Texans and the Cowboys. I'm not sure who the Saints are scrimmaging, but the Raiders aren't bringing anyone in for practice. They're not having joint practices with anyone this year.
Let me ask you this, DeMarco. The Rams are going to have a lot of fans. I mean, literally thousands and thousands of people are going to show up to see the Rams practice. Okay, when we go out there tomorrow, I'm sure it'll be a packed house.
It's going to be a madhouse, yeah.
Okay, so is it good maybe for the Raiders that no one can go, that you can actually focus, or do you like the energy of all the people that come to the practices because people are football hungry and they can't wait for the season to
I
start?
love the energy of Rams practice. I love seeing Rams fans. I love that when they show up for your football team. So it's a little bit different from that. But if I'm Antonio Pierce, I love that Spartan mentality. There's nobody here. It's just us. We can work on football. You don't have to worry about fans. You don't have to worry about hard knocks. You can say what you need to say. You can coach how you need to coach to make this team better. So from Antonio Pierce's perspective, this is the greatest thing ever. It's basically a bunch of closed practices for the entire training camp. That's gorgeous. Like the media can't even go, right?
Yeah, I mean,
the media can't even cover the team practicing there.
Right.
That's perfect.
If you're Sam Farmer at the LA Times, you are theoretically not allowed. Even if you cover the entire league,
Can't
you're
go.
LA based, you can't go.
Think about that. I mean,
Shout out to you, Sam.
You basically have an entire camp of just you and your team, of team building. Nothing gets in the way of that. I always said Hard Knocks is terrible. You can't build a team with cameras around. This you can do.
Yeah. So maybe that's why they did it. We don't know.
All right, well, there you go.
Could be.
That was like an extended version of what you need to know. We all needed to know that. Now, here's something else you need to know. Coming up, we are going to Rams training camp tomorrow. We'll have a full broadcast from there. Matthew Stafford's deal is done, but what is that deal? We're going to get to that coming right back. But first, let me talk to you about Prize Picks. Now, I'm going to my phone right now, and I'm going to my Prize Picks app. I hope you've downloaded the Prize Picks app by now. Download the Prize Picks app. Use my code KAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. They'll match your first deposit 100% up to $100. Now, here's why this is the time to do it if you've never done it. Number one, they're giving you a free square. LeBron James, is he going to score more than half a point against Serbia when they play this upcoming Sunday morning at about 8:15 a.m. local time here in Olympic coverage? Is LeBron James going to score more than half a point? Of course he's going to score more than half a point. It's a free square. It's yours. Have it. But I'll tell you this, besides the Olympics and getting yourself positioned for football season, you've got WNBA and you've got baseball and you've got video games like League of Legends. I mean, you can literally play anything on Prize Picks. Now, tonight, I'm just trying to find my what I had tonight because I took Tyler Glasnow to have more than 6.5 strikeouts, and I took Ohtani to have more than half of an RBI. And I hope that those two guys come through for me because the way I put this thing together is here's my open lineups. The way I put it together, it was like 10.5 times my money. So here it is. Tyler Glasnow, more than 6.5 strikeouts. Ohtani, more than half of an RBI. And San Diego is playing right now against Washington. San Diego's got an 11-3 lead. I had Jerks and Profar for more than 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. So I'm playing. You should be playing. Share your Prize Picks with me. I'll play your picks. Download Prize Picks. Use my code KAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y, and let's all win together on Prize Picks.
There's nothing like NHL hockey, LA Kings hockey on 710 ESPN. Welcome to the family.
Brand new partnership. We're excited to have the Kings right here, the home of the Los Angeles Kings. And Trav, now I just need an invitation to go catch a game.
You have been giving you one forever. Now you have to
across the street. Now it's across the street.
Go Kings, go.
Go Kings, go.
The Kings are back on 710 ESPN. Believe it or not, I did pregame for the Kings 25 years ago. Damn, I'm old. Luke Robitaille, the rest of the Kings organization couldn't be more excited. Go Kings, go.
Go Kings, go. Nothing like live hockey. Nothing like seeing it in person. Nothing like watching it on TV. Nothing like listening to it on the radio. And we've got them on ESPN LA. Go Kings, go.
We're so excited. The LA Kings have found a new home right here on 710 ESPN. Can't wait to see you on the ice.
I want to congratulate the LA Kings. You are now on the greatest sports radio station in America, 710. And guess what? Now I get to be one of the ice girls at a Kings game. Go Kings, go. Go Kings, go. Go Kings, go.
We found Children's Dental Fun Zone. With 17 locations across Southern California, Children's Dental Fun Zone specializes in children's dentistry and orthodontics. With state-of-the-art equipment and personal attention your children deserve. To book your child's next appointment, visit their website, cdfzone.com. That's cdfzone.com. Or call them at 800-717-KIDS. That's 800-717-KIDS.
One of LA's best kept secrets in the heart of Los Angeles, East Central Hotel offers effortless accommodations and unparalleled accessibility. The East Central Hotel is for everyone looking for entertainment with their trendy spacious rooms, a renovated gym, and a patio lounge for breakfast, dinner, and drinks. Stop by their incredible Nixo Lounge before your next event at LA Live. Book your stay at eastcentralhotel.com or call 213-748-1291 today at Entertainment's official address.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. 0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Please tell me you know who this is. Please tell me you know who this is,
Yeah.
D.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I
You don't
thought
know.
me. I was like,
I do.
excuse me.
Yeah.
Who is
You
this?
don't know. You don't
Bobby
know.
Brown. Okay.
Yeah, but hold on a second, DeMarco. The only reason he knows that it's Bobby Brown.
Somebody
is
told
'cause-
him?
No, it's because he's at the controls.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
No, I knew
Right.
this song.
No,
man.
Did you know,
man,
before I
come on,
put
man.
it on the OTD and like all that other stuff that we do, did you know about this song?
I didn't know about this song, but I knew who
Oh,
Bobby. I
Lord.
know who Bobby Brown is.
What
though.
group did he come from? That's all, see, Deshaun Foster, right there. You froze.
Oh! All right. In 88, which is my birth year, okay, 1988, this was the #1 R&B song, Don't Be Cruel by Bobby Brown.
I just love when the Queen tells us that she was born in 1988 and DeMarco and I were graduating high school in 1988.
Wow.
I feel so old, though, because we were talking to somebody, in my barbecue that I had over the weekend, and this girl goes, oh, yeah, I was born in 2003, and I
Oh,
feel so
man.
old. I'm like, girl, shut up. Shut
Yeah.
up.
Wow.
Shut up.
Man, I feel old.
When?
Shut
When
up.
do you feel old?
Shut up.
I'm old, man.
What, preschool?
Hey, don't be saying that you're old, man. I mean, we're trying to get you a job in the NFL.
Thank you. It's
Um,
going to happen.
You know, I'm just joking.
Hey, by the way, before we get to Matthew
He
Stafford,
never answered the question, though.
which was?
I don't know. That's the reason why DeMarco
JK,
said that.
JK,
Yeah.
JK. And I was like, you didn't? Never mind.
Come on,
Never mind.
man. So I guess some guy walks up to DeAndre in the gym and asks him if he's an NFL football player.
What did I tell you?
Manifesting it
What
for
did I
you.
tell you?
Look, I was doing my back exercises, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm doing lat pull.
Rows.
Yeah, I'm doing rows, and
Yeah.
I was doing lat pull downs. I walk over to the machine where the rows are at, and then I finished my first set, and this guy comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, man, I seen you, working out." And he's all like, "You're pretty big. Like, you a football player?"
Yeah.
And I said,
I told
Not
you.
yet.
Not
You
yet.
That's
Did you
why I
say
want to
not
take
yet?
you to training camp to meet your people. You fit in with these guys. 26 years old, prime of your life. This is you. This is what you should be
Get
doing
it.
right now.
So if anybody is just getting with us and you haven't heard this yet, this is the story. DeMarco, and I believe, but
We all.
DeMarco's going to be the coach, but I believe, and DeMarco believes very strongly, that DeAndre at 6 foot nearly 4, 6'3" and change, 240 pounds, who is a bulked up basketball player, has the body to be an NFL football player. And by the way, given the physique, DeMarco thinks that he can turn DeAndre into a pro football player in 1 year.
You have what they can't teach. You have size and speed. Now you need is experience. We can do this. This can happen. Absolutely. I
Yeah.
wish this was the 80s. Like I said, if this was the 1980s, I'd
Why,
put
'cause
you
we
on
could pump 'em
kickoff
up with
team.
steroids?
No, I'd put him on kickoff team. You can be my wedge buster. Go down there and blow up the wedge.
He was making calls, Cappy. He rolled into the studio on the speakerphone.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, granted, that's a whole other conversation for another day because this man loves to do that. But
I do not.
yes, you do.
I only did it once.
But he comes in and he tells DeAndre, "Get ready,
Yes.
get ready." I was
How
like,
about if we do
"Whoa."
this? How about if we do this? DeMarco, what if we took DeAndre to Rams camp with us tomorrow?
I thought he was going.
Right.
He's got to be here, though.
Okay, well, how about we take him with us next week? We're going to be there Monday and Tuesday.
You gave me a day next week, didn't you? Where are we going?
One of those days I can
Okay,
figure it out.
I told you. I want to introduce you to the outside linebacker coach and the
How about-
D-line coach.
How about we do this? How about we introduce him to Les Snead and we go, Les, see this guy right here?
Make it happen.
Last year.
Not Les Need for we don't start there.
You don't want to start with GM?
Don't start with
Good
the
DeMarco's
GM.
like, hey,
Don't start there.
I was thinking what we could do is we could convince Les that DeAndre was like an all-American linebacker at like some D2 school, but he decided he wasn't going to play pro ball, but now he's changed his mind.
You're
He
going to
wants
lie
to
to a
play.
GM?
Why?
That's right.
Cappy.
You're gonna lie to a
Cappy.
GM who
Cappy.
can easily fact check that and ruin everything.
Cappy, don't do that. We're not trying to kill his chances before he's in. But also, you can make your plea to his boss to let him go on Monday, right now on air.
Okay. Monday, I would prefer Tuesday for me.
Oh, okay.
For
I
you.
would prefer Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah. Only because Monday I'd like to make sure we're coming off the weekend. Let's make sure the show's sounding strong and
Okay,
everything.
okay.
And
Well, I'm not
Funchy-
going to be there on Tuesday. That's why I wanted Monday, but okay.
Okay, all right. Well, that's different. All right, I didn't know that. All right.
But in reality, I just want to bring you out so you can see what these guys do and then meet some of them so you can say, you know what? This guy's not as big as I thought. I told you, you remind me of Byron Young, who's starting in the National Football League right now. Yes. See?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, DeMarco's
Yeah.
guy, he's
he's
I
serious.
love
But wait.
this. I love this because he's serious, and then I'm one of those like when you're serious, I take it seriously.
Look, if you're not going to use that body, let me.
Let me have that body.
Right.
Let me get in that body.
Thank
so I
you.
can go become a star.
Freaky Friday. Freaky Friday that.
Right. So listen to this. So DeMarco, you had this thought though also that perhaps it's easier to get DeAndre into the NFL not as a pass rusher or a linebacker where he's got to like get to know the game. What if we teach him how to long snap?
Yes, it's a skill. I was telling you about that, right? I was trying to explain to DeAndre and Parker how this works. So the team may have 3 guys they like, and this is the final cut down. We can only keep 1, right? So they'll go and say, well, this guy can't play special teams. This guy over here is purely a defensive tackle. That's all he can do. DeAndre can play outside, inside, plus he can long snap. Oh, he can do both? Keep him, cut the other 2.
Right.
The more
Now-
you can do.
Now let me tell you something, DeMarco. You may not know this. We have a young man who works on the other side of the building as a marketing consultant. He's an MC. And this guy, his name is Kobe Walsh. Have you met Kobe?
Have I met Kobe?
Yeah,
You
I
have.
guarantee
You
you,
have.
have.
He's a good dude.
I did?
He's
Okay.
a great dude.
Yeah.
Now, Kobe was a walk-on long snapper at UCLA.
There's a long snapper in the building?
In the building.
Oh, DeAndre.
And so I
Dude.
said to Kobe last night, I said, listen, me and DeMarco think we can turn DeAndre into an NFL football player, and now we're thinking that he has to be able to long snap so that he's got an additional skill that would make him valuable. And here's what Kobe told me. I could teach him in 5 minutes.
Oh, man.
Boom,
Right in the
dude.
hallway, right?
Boom.
Yeah, right in the hallway.
Right in the hallway.
Yeah.
D, this is going to happen.
It is going to happen.
This is going to happen.
DeMarco,
Yes.
you know what we need to do?
What?
DLB or
tomorrow-
PR person.
Tomorrow, when we get to the Rams, we need to talk to whoever it is, Coach McVay, Les Snead,
Okay, not them.
Matthew Stafford. I don't care who it is.
Yes.
we need a brand new NFL football,
Oh, you need a ball.
a brand new.
Oh,
one.
I'll get you a ball.
And then what
Called
we
Big
do is
5.
I got a bunch
No,
in the
no,
garage.
it's not called Big 5. It's called brand new from the Rams. Yeah,
well,
we need
it
a,
won't be brand. It'll be a K ball. It won't be brand new. But
okay.
it'll
Give us
be a
K
ball you can use. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine. And then on Friday, we're going to start working with DeAndre in the hallway at 7:10 with his new long snapping coach, Kobe Walsh.
Let me look. Wait, is there anything that can break in the hallway?
Nah, we're fine.
Nah, we good.
He can't
We're
break these
fine.
windows, right?
Nah,
No,
these
we
windows
good,
are
we
not
good.
breakable.
All right.
These windows are like at a bank. You know
Someone
what I mean?
asked. Someone in the chat asked, "Has D been hit before?" There's
See,
usually a
what did
reason
I tell
folks
you?
Turn into hoops.
What did I tell you about football? I said,
Football.
if this doesn't work out either way, you're going to be changed forever.
He did.
This is a brutal sport.
He sure did.
You're going to have some owies.
Hey, DeMarco's got like a
Owies.
whole training regimen like ready to go
He
too.
does.
Yeah.
He came in on the phone today, and let's just say that he's got a
My
specific,
sensei.
He got his
a
people.
sensei.
He got his
a legit
team.
sensei.
What was on the phone today, DeMarco?
My sensei, Ernest Hart. He was. I told you about this guy. One
Oh,
of
the
first
martial arts guy.
Yes, one of the first kickboxing champions back in the 60s and 70s. He told me this. I didn't know. He was the first black champion in the sport ever.
Of kickboxing.
This is back when ESPN, like in the infancy of ESPN, when that's all
Right.
they had on TV. He was
Right.
one of those guys.
And it was those guys wearing like sweatpants.
That's
and-
him.
with boxing gloves.
That's one of those
Yeah,
guys. So I
right.
met him in St. Louis. He became my trainer. I had him on the phone. I said, I have a project, DeAndre. I said, give me 2 weeks. Come down here. Help me train this guy, his hands, his mental focus.
And he said, let's
He's
do
down. Absolutely.
And when you say come down here from where?
St. Louis. He still lives there.
Oh, so we got to fly him in.
Yes.
This is why I told you guys. There's this app. I don't know what it's called. Somebody do some research around here, will you? And I don't mean the five of us. I mean people who are listening. Circle of Trust, do some research. There's an app where you can take an athlete and you can invest in the athlete. So if we all invest like $50 into DeAndre, okay, now we'll have enough money to fly in the dude from St. Louis, put the guy up in a hotel, feed this guy.
You don't got to do all that.
See?
DeMarco, handle it.
No, yes. You tried to sell me on a horse. That's a no. This, yes. I'm all in. Keep going, Cap. This is good.
Yeah. There's this app. And what happens is there's boxers and there's golfers and there's football players. And it's like, hey, I get to invest in this guy or girl. And then what happens is that if the guy or girl winds up making it in pro sports and they make their money, then you as the investor get your money back. That's how it goes.
It's not called team funded, right?
Team funded?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know. Let's go.
I'm telling you, there's like 2 of them that I know of. And we could all invest a couple dollars in DeAndre. And we say, you know what? This is our future right here. We're going to turn this guy. We're going to train him. We're going to feed him. We're going to coach him. And we're going to invest in him, and then he's going to have a $25 million contract, and we're all going to make our money.
Don't go out there and get run over now, man. Look.
Don't
seriously.
Embarrass us.
Yeah, come on.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
That's why I got to get proper training,
You can get shook. You can get shook.
Of course, I know that's
You can get faked out. Just don't get run over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is different. I found one called fan funded, but it's not that. Okay.
Cap, I'm down. This sounds good.
Me too.
Yeah. This
all right,
is good.
stick around because Radio Tinder is right around the corner. You know, the 5 o'clock hour whistle blows. And make sure you are locked in every day right here on ESPN LA for the afternoon drive takeover because it's the Tito's 5 o'clock Cappy Hour. Tito's handmade vodka, simple, smooth, and every sip as easy as the last. Tito's handmade vodka tastes just as good with tap water as it does with your favorite mixer. Me personally, I'm more of a soda, water, lime kind of guy. Occasionally, a little bit of cranberry juice. And sometimes it's just Tito's on the rocks with some blue cheese olives. Nonetheless, don't miss the Tito's vodka. 5 o'clock hour. It's the Cappy Hour, and it happens every day, 5 o'clock, right here on 710. Radio Tinder, next on Sedano and Cap.
Cap, I got news for DeAndre after.
Okay.
710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. This fall, the new home of the USC Trojans.
The new home of the USC Trojans.
The Trojans are back.
The USC Trojans play on LA's mega sports station.
That's right. USC football, USC men's basketball, and USC women's basketball are on 710 ESPN coming this fall.
710 ESPN, the new home of the USC Trojans.
Day.com. Lease for $249 plus tax. License and fee to well-qualified buyers. 36-month lease. 10K miles per year. $34.99 due at signing. Not all buyers will qualify. Down payment may be required. Subject to HMF credit approval. Expires 07/31/2024.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-777-1225. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-777-1225. That's 800-777-1225 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225.
And it is Sedano and Cap. Around 5:30 p.m. in the Southland Radio Tinder time, we like to play a TV theme. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget about our sponsor, Tequila Mandala. Always swipe right on Tequila Mandala. Take it away, Producer Lindsay.
All right, Producer Lindsay's not in. She'll be back next week. Much needed vacation. Yes. Don't start this with me, Cap. I don't want no heat, okay? Don't start this.
I am not sure if she's coming back next week.
She is. I know you wanted her gone, but she's back on Tuesday. Okay, so relax.
Let's bet on that.
Oh Lord, I'm not getting into that. Let's go on to the radio tender. All right, first one.
Well, wait a second. This is a wrestling theme, right?
Yeah.
Ric Flair.
Yeah, you know. Woo.
Yes.
Well, you want to do the woo because I'm not good at doing.
Go ahead.
Well, I just like the Ric Flair walk.
Yes.
You know?
To be the man, you've got to beat the man. You
That's
dang right.
Styling and profiling. You talking to the Rolex wearing,
wheeling, dealing,
kiss stealing,
jet flying,
limousine riding,
son of a gun.
And brother, I'm having a hard time keeping these alligators on the ground.
Woo!
Way to go, DeMarco. DeMarco, have I professed my love for you today?
No.
But I love you.
I love you too.
You guys are hilarious, but we are playing this theme because Ricky Steamboat and Ric Flair went on one-on-one for the final time as part of WCW's main event back in 1994.
Okay.
Wow.
Right. How about that?
Woo. Wow. Yeah. Big time.
So now going to Radio Tender.
Okay.
And
presented
yes, you
by
will.
Tequila Mandala.
You will have Lindsay Baseball back on Tuesday. I know some of you are like, where is Lindsay? She'll be back.
Tequila Mandala, by the way, Friday night. DeMarco, are you coming to this Tequila Mandala pairing dinner downstairs at Fleming's?
It's on Friday, right?
Yep.
Friday, and we have a room?
Cabby, let me work on this, okay?
okay.
You mean at Fleming's?
Yes, at Fleming's.
Or do you mean a hotel room?
No,
And we're going to be in studio?
Yeah, we're going to be in studio on Friday.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. The food is going to be incredible. The Nectarine Burrata Crostini to get started, paired with the Tequila Mandala Blanco. That Jalabut paired with the Tequila Mandala Reposado.
Yeah.
The reverse seared New York steak paired with the Tequila Mandala Añejo. And then the fourth course, the Choco Flan that we tried yesterday.
Oh,
paired
so
with
good.
With the extra
Fire.
Añejo.
Yes.
So good. Chef,
Chef
thank
Juan.
you so
Chef
much.
Juan, yes.
Dude, you know that guy's 28 years old?
He's so young.
I know.
What was his IG handle?
I will
you
get
got
it
it?
for you.
I didn't
I'll
get
find
it.
El Toro Grande.
Yes, I think that's right.
El Toro Grande.
But I think there's a number maybe past it as well. I'm not
Yes.
sure.
Okay.
But anyway, make sure you are going to Open Table and you find the Tequila Mandala dinner that is happening on Friday night at Fleming's right downstairs here at LA Live. We'll see you guys down there. Can't wait.
DeMarco, you and I have to Hey King Cap for this.
Hey King Cap?
Yeah.
You don't have to Hey King me.
Yeah.
You mean to go on Friday?
Yeah.
You guys can go, I'm
Okay.
sure.
I thought we were all going. Oh, okay.
That's not what I heard.
Oh.
Rachel's coming too.
We did hear this.
Oh.
We did hear that. Okay, so right before I start Radio Tender, I actually have to read a text message that I got right before the break. It says, tell your boy DeAndre that we will meal prep for him if he needs to put on some weight.
It's all coming together,
It's all
man.
coming together,
So-
man.
You are all out of
And
excuses.
this is a great I'm not gonna put the name or the restaurant on blast, but let's just say we've all eaten there and it's really good.
All right.
Okay.
So shout out to the person that sent me that. All right, now going back to Radio Tender, where was I? Oh, here it is. So we talked about the Raiders earlier and how they're here in SoCal. But if you guys haven't seen on social media, they sent out beautiful treasure chests for their season ticket holders.
Yes,
I'm not a Raider fan, but I know JT the Brick also tweeted it. But man, those look super fire. They looked really, really nice. But I also noticed them somewhere else on OfferUp on eBay.
Oh,
No way.
Season ticket holders are selling their treasure chests. Some are going for as low as $500. And I say that low because I feel like it's a unique piece. And some are going for a couple thousand.
Wow.
So I want to know if you guys got something like that, you know, whether it be a treasure chest or something else that your team, that you are investing lots and lots of money to see them, right? Your season ticket holders. Would you sell that one-of-a-kind piece that they sent you? So, DeMarco, I'm going to start with you.
Oh,
swipe
dang.
right or swipe left. You know, and it could be depending on how much money you make.
I was really hoping you went to Cap first. Oh,
No, I'm going to
really
you
hoping-
first.
Oh my God, it depends. I mean, look, I don't want to be that guy, but it depends on what your what your situation is.
True.
Because if that box is going for like $25,000, you'd be stupid not to sell it. You know what I mean?
I didn't see it that high.
But I'm just
yeah,
if it's whatever it is, it could be a ticket to Taylor Swift. If you bought it for $1,000, it's going for $50, and you didn't sell it, you'd regret that. You would absolutely regret that.
So you're going yes?
I would say, what is it? Swipe right?
Yeah.
Yeah, swipe right. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Kepi?
I'm also swiping right. Here's the thing. If you're a Raiders season ticket holder and you receive that treasure chest and you open it up and it goes ba 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 da ba ba da ba ba da ba dee ba da boo ba da dee, right? If you hear the Raiders song, you're like, okay, this was super clever. I like it. It was fun. I shot a video of it. Now I'm taking the contents out of it. I got my season tickets, and I know there's a whole bunch of Raider fans out there that don't have season tickets that would love to have this piece. I would sell it immediately, but just so you guys are clear, I would have a very hard time putting it on eBay or Craigslist or any other sort of thing where you sell stuff. So I would, in theory, sell it, but in practicality, I wouldn't have the skills to actually list it.
Okay. I see it. I see it. No doubt. Yep.
That's hilarious.
But that box is cool, though.
It is cool.
Really cool.
Cool AF.
Yes.
DeAndre, you're an Eagles fan, right? So
yes.
let's say you're a season ticket holder and they gave out, I don't know, something cool.
Cool box for
Cool,
your
but
tickets.
whatever.
Came in a in a what's the bell in Philadelphia? The Freedom
Liberty
Bell.
Bell?
The Liberty Bell.
Yeah.
That sounds
And
more
it comes
like
out
it.
fly, Eagles fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Would you sell it or
Your
like,
wildest dreams
You know what I mean?
in a box.
Swipe
yes.
right or swipe left, bro.
I don't think I would sell it, actually. Nah, I think I'll keep it for my own memory.
So you got it for free, and it's going for $100K. Yeah.
Dude, this is the same reason people go to Dodger games. They get those Ohtani bobbleheads, and before people are even at a Dodger Stadium that night, the Ohtani bobbleheads are all over eBay.
Yeah.
For a couple,
you go.
$100,000. So it was wild, man. Those Ohtani bobbleheads were wild.
All right. What else you got there, Quinn?
All right. So I have another one. I'm going to read you the 12 new potential cities that could get an NFL team in the next round of expansion.
Expansion?
And you guys will swipe right or swipe left on them, okay?
Okay.
So the first one, Austin, Texas. DeMarco.
I swipe right.
Okay. Cappy.
I have never been to Austin, and I understand it's a great place. I'll swipe right also. I could see that.
It's Texas. It's football.
Right.
Works. Yeah.
Okay. D, what about you?
I'll swipe right.
Okay. Everybody unanimous here. What about Portland, Oregon? Cappy.
I'll jump in right there. Swiping left immediately.
Okay.
No way.
All right. What about you, D?
Not even a discussion. Left.
No, it's
it was
left.
Yeah, these smaller markets like Jacksonville, as an example. Now, look, there's some small markets, Green Bay, Buffalo, whatever. Portland, I see soccer, I see basketball. I don't see NFL football.
Okay. Big D? Big D.
I just said left.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, which one? I'm sorry.
I was like,
Little
I'm
D.
sorry.
Left. All the way left. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't hear you. My B.
I'll swipe on left, too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Out
okay.
on Portland.
I'm with you.
I've never been to Portland, but I mean.
You never been, but you out too.
Yeah, me neither. I'm out.
Okay.
Yeah. Professional football, no. Axe throwing, definitely yes. Yeah.
What about Salt Lake City, Utah?
Ooh.
I will also swipe left. I've been to Salt Lake City. Only because when I've landed at Salt Lake City, I've driven to Park City. Salt Lake City, I mean, they've got the Jazz, but that's kind of all they are in terms of pro sports. And I just don't see the market being big enough to support an NFL football team. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, people said that about Vegas, and everybody says, well, it's all because of the opposing fans that come into town. But I just don't see Salt Lake as an NFL city. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'll swipe left with you. That would be a no cheerleader state, wouldn't it? I'm thinking.
It might also be like a no booze at the game state.
I don't think that fits. Yeah, no.
You're right. You know what? I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
100%. Okay. What about Oklahoma City, Oklahoma?
I think I might go right on that. I think Oklahoma, like Texas, loves the sport of football.
Okay.
I think you could do it.
All right, Cappy.
See, I keep thinking about these markets and their size, and the NBA moved in there, and they've been successful. But, and if I say that it's a small market, people are going to hit me back with Jacksonville, Buffalo, Green Bay. I get it. But I guess Oklahoma City is like I'll put this in quotes, a great American city like you would consider Cleveland, Cincinnati,
Gundy's the coach
Pittsburgh.
there.
I'm still going to swipe left. I'm going to say no on Oklahoma City.
Oh, no, man. Really?
Isn't it Mike Gundy, Oklahoma State?
Oklahoma State, right.
Yeah.
He's a man. He's 40.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. Now he's 50.
I've had a few beers and I've driven before. What's wrong with that?
What's the problem?
Yeah, right.
This is Oklahoma. What's the issue?
See? Works.
Okay, so DeAndre, what about you?
I'm going to swipe right. Only because I've seen, obviously the Thunder when they came in there and how they responded, the fans how they responded when they're obviously having success with like Westbrook and Durant in that era. I feel like if they had a football team and they had that success, the fans would come and show.
Yeah, they go nuts for the Sooners.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm curious about some more of these cities.
I like this one. Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Never been. Never been.
Yeah, I got to swipe left. I think they have all they can handle with the Titans. I think that whole state is about the Titans.
Yeah, Memphis versus Nashville.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know anything about Memphis. Never been. Don't know if they have a stadium or if they could even build a stadium. I mean, like, that's the other part of this. None of these cities have currently a facility, and you got to build a facility. I mean, it's. Yeah, I'm swiping left also on Memphis. I'm out on Memphis.
All right, what about you, DeAndre?
I've never been to Memphis, but I would swipe right only because, like I said, the fans, man, they come out and they show up, and I feel like with the adding a football team to that city, I feel like they will show up, man.
Maybe.
I didn't. For me, like when I was looking at these cities, Memphis stood out in Austin. Out of all the ones here in the U.S., because there's one more in the U.S. and the rest are international.
I just want to say one thing, though. But DeMarco, Memphis is one of those towns that has had, whether it's, I think it's USFL or UFL or whatever.
The
spring
Memphis
league.
Showboats?
Right, Memphis
Yeah,
Showboats.
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, sorry, Happy, go ahead.
No, they've tried. They've tried there. So go ahead.
All right, so we're doing the last one that's here in the States, and that's St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay, time out before we answer this.
Wow, Laura.
This is really because DeMarco, I didn't hear San Diego. I did not hear San Diego. And if you asked me San Diego, I'd swipe left. I'd love to see an NFL football team back in San Diego, but doesn't have a stadium, will never get one built. And by the way, now that you have two teams 100 miles away with the Chargers and the Rams, I don't think San Diego's ever going to see an NFL football team. But DeMarco, I'll defer to you. St. Louis. Would St. Louis like to get a team again? They've had two.
Okay, would they want an NFL team back there? I'm not sure because they've lost two teams, but obviously they can carry a football team there.
Yeah,
it is a football city. They just couldn't hold both teams.
Okay, all right. Now international.
I'll tell you what, though, Laura, real quick.
Yeah,
why don't we hit this break?
Okay.
And then we'll come back with Blake Harris, who's our Dodger insider. But I actually think this is really interesting. I'd love to hear the international cities after Blake.
Sounds good.
All right. That is Radio Tinder. It's presented by Tequila Mandala. Always swipe right for Tequila Mandala, which is just the absolute greatest. You're going to love it. It's award-winning, small batch, premium sipping tequila from the finest mature agaves, available wherever fine tequilas are sold. Or I would just do it like this. Visit TequilaMandala.com. Up your game and demand the extraordinary with Tequila Mandala. The Dodgers are on fire coming out of the second half, and Blake Harris is going to be here. And before we get to Blake, I do want to remind everybody one more time about my man, Avner Gatt. Listen, if you have a major emergency at your house, Avner Gatt is going to help you get the money that you deserve because you're a good guy and you pay your homeowner's insurance every month. And when you need them, they need to be there for you. But a lot of times what's going to happen is that homeowner's insurance adjuster is going to come to your house and you got to understand what their job is. Their job is to give you as little money as possible. Not because they don't want to take care of you, just that that's what the company's job is. No different than in auto insurance. It's like, hey, you got into an accident, we'll fix it, but we only want to pay this much money to fix it. So that's why we're sending you to our guy. Point is this. You see, Avner is a public insurance adjuster. His job is to get you the most money that he can possibly get you, and he's got 20-plus years of experience. He's got an entire team behind him, and he's got a track record of success. That's why he's got the 5-star reviews on Google, on Yelp, on the Better Business Bureau. If you find yourself in a situation where you have an emergency at your home, you've got a big amount of damage, and the homeowner's insurance doesn't want to pay you, you call Avner Gatt. He takes care of the rest of it. So call Avner Gatt, all right? Let me go right back here. 818-917-5256. I almost forgot the phone number. 818-917-5256. And you can go to avnergatt.com, AVNERGAT, avnergatt.com. You call him directly, 818-917-5256. And don't be surprised because Avner's going to answer the phone, and you'll know it when you hear, hello.
Starting Monday, September 9th, there's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it means the 9-hour LA Sports Mega Block begins an hour earlier. Even more live and local LA sports talk on 710 ESPN. The Travis and Sliwa Show will start at 9 a.m. Mason and Ireland move back to noon to 3, and Sedano and Cappy start the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover at 3 p.m. And then at 6 p.m., we are the destination for LA sports. It's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it begins Monday, September 9th.
Heard about our good friends at the law office of Joseph S. Normand.
When my son Bobby was in an accident, we called Joe and he hit it out of the park. That's why I trust Joe.
No insurance company is ever on your side. Anything you say to them can and will be used against you. Joe and his team will treat you like family, get you the medical attention you need, and the max compensation you deserve.
Call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000, or visit normandlegal.com.
The law office of Joseph S. Normand.
Over 20 years ago, the first batch of Tito's handmade vodka was distilled in the heart of Austin, Texas. Since then, its roots have stayed put, and its vodka continues to be made on the same land where Tito built his dream. A distillery called Mockingbird that houses a simple vodka with a spirit the size of Texas and as good as the day it was born. Learn more about the Tito's story at titosvodka.com. That's titosvodka.com. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Is your vehicle due for service? Before you hit the road for that summer road trip, head into your neighborhood Valvoline Instant Oil Change, home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. No dragging the kids into a dirty waiting room. At Valvoline, you stay in your car safe while the expert technicians make sure your ride is in its best. Oil changes, tire rotations, transmission care, and more. Pull up, drive in, and drive out in about 15 minutes. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for locations and game-winning coupons off of your next Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See, we didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards golf lessons to become a scratch golfer. Progressive cannot guarantee that you will ever become a scratch golfer. Scratch golfers are really, really good. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, and sure, you could put that money towards lessons, but if you can't hit the broadside of a barn and think you're going to become a scratch golfer, you're delusional. Sorry, just telling it like it is. Savings? Maybe. Scratch golfer? Don't hold your breath. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates. Not available in all states. It's universally accepted that golf is hard. Progressive cannot guarantee improved performance on the course.
Oh, yeah.
55 today, this woman. She looks gorgeous.
J-Lo, I've seen the pictures all over social media today. And happy birthday, girl.
It's your birthday.
It's your birthday.
Man, she does look great still, man. And by the way, 55's not old, believe me when I tell you, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying she old, but my Christian's aunt sent me something on Instagram. She goes, what 55 used to look like back in the day versus what 55 looks like now. I'm like, damn.
You know, I did. They talk about how much LeBron spends on his body.
Huh?
I wonder how much she spends
I'm
on
sure
her body.
I'm sure. She claims she hasn't had, like, plastic surgery. Which
No, not. I mean, just working out, nutrition, and everything. Yeah. Because she looks phenomenal.
She looks great.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm not spending very much money on my body, which is why I don't look phenomenal.
Me neither. Clearly, it shows on me, you know?
Happy birthday, J-Lo.
Yeah.
All right. Blake Harris is our Dodger insider at Sedano and Kap here on 710 ESPN. DeMarco is in for Sedano, and tomorrow we are at Rams training camp. Balake Harris. Blake, good afternoon. How are you?
Hey, speaking of J-Lo, guys, I have the distinct honor years back when I was in the press box at Dodger Stadium. That's when she was dating A-Rod. Well, I guess she went to the bathroom, and when she was coming out of the press box, I held the door open for her, and she looked me in the eye, and she said, "Thank you, young man."
Aww.
That's my J-Lo story.
Wow.
That's good, because she's been getting trashed for being really rude. So that's nice to hear.
I think that's nice that she called you young
looked him
man.
in the eye.
Right.
I
I would have
that.
called you young fella myself.
I thought you'd get fired for that if you're working with J-Lo.
Right. I mean, Blake, you
Yeah.
didn't look at
It
her
might-
in the eye.
it
She
might
looked
have
at
been
you.
handsome.
She locked in on you.
Young man, but yeah, it's tough to remember. My girlfriend wasn't thrilled that night when I came home and told her, but I said, "Don't worry."
Why? Why was your girlfriend not thrilled?
Why would you tell your girlfriend?
Why would she not be thrilled?
Yeah, I would have been like, really? Oh my God, does she look great?
Yeah, me, I would have called in a hall pass right then and there.
Wow.
You know?
Dodgers.
Yeah, right. Hey, Blake, Dodgers have come out in the second half, and for all the injuries that we've talked about to the starting pitching staff in particular, to Mookie Betts, to Max Muncy, the position guys beyond the pitching, they have come out on fire, winning 5 straight games and about to get 2 important arms back, one tonight, one tomorrow. Let's talk about that. How do you see it so far?
It really is remarkable because when I talked to you guys last week, it was kind of like the sky is falling, and we were talking about how they still have a huge lead in the division, but the team was playing horrible baseball over like a 50-game stretch where they were under 500. Now they come out of the All-Star break, they're 5-0. The pitchings look great, the offense look great, everyone's look great, and like you just said, they're getting Tyler Glasnow back tonight. They're getting Clayton Kershaw back tomorrow. We're getting positive updates on Mookie Betts. So, yeah, the Dodgers, they're winning games, and all the reinforcements, they're coming.
Yeah, what do we think we should expect from Kershaw tomorrow? I mean, like, what's realistic? Because I remember earlier in the season when Walker Buehler came back, everybody's like, well, what do you want to see? And I kind of wanted to see Walker Buehler, and that's not really what we saw. So what do you think about Kershaw?
Yeah, that's a tough question because I honestly don't know what we can expect. Kershaw's only made a couple of rehab starts, so we haven't really seen a huge sample size of him. I don't think he's going to be going, 6-7 innings right out of the gate. I think the Dodgers are still going to want to limit him just a bit, so maybe like 4 to 5 innings. But with Kershaw, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes out there, he gives the Dodgers 5 innings, allows only 1 or 2 runs because that's just the kind of pitcher he is. Now, hopefully he doesn't have a Walker Buehler kind of outing like, we saw a couple months ago. But I think Kershaw is much more along in his rehab process than Buehler was at the time. So I'm expecting good things from Kershaw when he comes back.
Blake, Miguel Rojas is hurt, right? Flexor strain, is that what's going on? Now, go ahead.
Oh, no, continue. No, I was just going to say this Miguel Rojas injury, this kind of just came out of nowhere. I mean, out of the All-Star break, I think he played a game or two, and then he was shut down for a couple of days. And like you just said, I think it was announced 30 minutes ago, a flexor strain, so not ideal.
Hip flexor. So who is replacing him at short?
Dodgers fans might want to shield their ears, but Nick Ahmed is going to be the Dodgers' starting shortstop for the near future. Now, if you're asking yourself, who is Nick Ahmed? Well, he was released by the Giants a couple weeks ago. He did play for the D-backs for, a couple of years in Arizona, and he was really good defensively. But this is a guy where he was released for a reason, and you do not want to be a first-place team having Nick Ahmed playing shortstop. So hopefully for Miguel Rojas, it's just a couple of weeks. But that injury, it didn't sound too encouraging.
Well, that leads me to ask you, and you can maybe fill us in on what you know about Mookie Betts. And the story had been that Mookie will come back and not have to go back to short. But given this situation, maybe he does come back and have to go to short. What's the latest on Mookie Betts?
Yeah, so Mookie, he's progressing really, really well. Sounds like he might be even ahead of schedule at this point. I'm still expecting him to probably return maybe end-ish of August, so maybe 3-ish more weeks. But, yeah, when Mookie came back, it was like, okay, he's going to go back over to second base. But now with Miguel Rojas down and with Gavin Lux all of a sudden heating up, Mookie Betts might have to be playing shortstop again, which for the regular season, that's fine. But we've seen him defensively. We've had a large enough sample size. This is not the guy who went playing shortstop in meaningful games. So hopefully the Dodgers, they have, I think, 6 days left until the trade deadline. Maybe they're able to bring in a pretty good shortstop to fill in. But, yeah, it's looking like Mookie Betts, whenever he does come back, he'll be sliding right back into shortstop.
Can you imagine, Cap, if Glasnow comes back and he's lights out and Kershaw turns back the clock? And you're already like one of the best teams in baseball. What does this team look like if the top of their rotation is banging? I'm asking you, Blake.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, I did a tweet last night that in the past 5 games, the Dodgers have had 4 rookies all make starts, and they all look fantastic. And like you said, the Dodgers, they're winning all these games. They're looking fantastic, and they don't even have their best starting pitching available. Like you said, Glasnow's down, Kershaw down. They're coming back. Yamamoto's obviously probably going to miss another month or so. So it's going to be really fun to see how much better the Dodgers can be when they get all these reinforcements back, because all of a sudden now, all these guys that are probably like your number 8, your number 9, your number 10 starters that you're using for depth, you can send them back to the minors, And all of a sudden, this team is looking like a World Series caliber team. So, yeah, seeing these two guys back-to-back nights, it's going to be really exciting to see how they look.
Hey, Blake, just refresh everybody's memory about Kershaw and what he's been dealing with, because I've kind of always said that I would never pitch him in the first half of the season. I'd always save him for the second half in the postseason, because pitching him in the first half, what does that really do for you? And here you see what their record is right now. So at 61-41, just remind everybody, including myself, what Kershaw has been dealing with.
Yeah, so I agree with you as well. I mean, with how good the Dodgers are, no need to throw him in the first half at all. And honestly, I thought they might have stayed until late August, early September, and save those innings. But if he says he's good to go, yeah, he underwent a shoulder surgery, and I'm not even going to attempt to say what exactly it was, because I'll leave that to all my friends that are studying medicine. But it was a pretty intense surgery that really I wasn't expecting him to return from it all this year. But again, I think that's why Dodgers fans should be a little cautious when Kershaw comes back, because this was probably one of the more intense surgeries you can undergo. And considering he's, 35 or 36 years old, it's a lot. So the fact that he's already able to make it back by, the end of July, it just goes to show how much this guy truly wants to be on the field competing for the Dodgers, because he could have easily said, you know what, I got my paycheck. I'm going to sit back, be in cruise control, let these guys do their thing. But he said, no, I'm going to come out, I'm going to attack this and try to get back as soon as I can. And he's going to be ready for the Dodgers and probably can make 10 starts before the playoffs roll around.
Assuming he's healthy. By the way, DeMarco, how about that? You got Kershaw coming back tomorrow, and you've got Stafford getting his money this week. I mean, these two Texas guys that kind of grew up together.
Right.
Both kind of in the same week. Hey, Blake, tell everybody how they can follow you on Twitter, and what else you want us to tell everybody. Maybe Substack?
You guys can find me on Twitter at Blake H. Harris. Find me in the Circle of Trust Communities tab. I'm there. And if you guys like reading some fantastic Dodgers articles, you can go to blakeharris.substack.com. And again, Cappy, I got something to say for you. Nick Ahmed, this new Dodger that they just picked up, his XWO bacon is horrible.
What?
Say that one more time, Blake, because I think you're going to confuse everybody at the same time. Go ahead.
So there's this great stat out there called XWO bacon. I couldn't tell you what it is, but I could tell you that Nick Ahmed, the newest Dodger, it's not great.
XWO bacon.
Great.
Bacon?
Bacon.
Bacon.
That's right.
Like the breakfast food.
Like well done.
Like roasted piggy?
Like nice and crispy.
That's a baseball stat now?
Yes, it is. XWO bacon.
Okay.
Yep. Blake doesn't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I never heard of it. George tells me all the time, George knows everything about XWO bacon. He's like, you don't even know anything about XWO bacon. But I don't, and I admit it. I don't know anything about it. XWO sausage, whole different story. I got that one. Got that one down, no problem. Blake, we'll talk to you next week. Thanks, man.
Thank you, young man.
Hey, appreciate you guys as always.
All right, there he is, Blake Harris, at Blake H. Harris, and he's in the Circle of Trust, and you can find him on Substack if you want to read all of his Dodger content. All right, coming up, we got to get back to Matthew Stafford, the contract, and how this all got done and what are the details. We'll get there. Coming right back. This is Sedano and Kap on 710 ESPN.
.710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. This fall, the new home of the USC Trojans.
The new home of the USC Trojans.
The Trojans are back.
The USC Trojans play on LA's mega sports station.
That's right. USC football, USC men's basketball, and USC women's basketball are on 710 ESPN coming this fall.
710 ESPN, the new home of the USC Trojans.
Who needs to relax when you got 120 to the pin for birdie?
Exactly. That's the difference between me and Ireland.
Steve Mason and John Ireland tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
710 ESPN.
Sedano and Kap for your afternoon right now on 710 ESPN.
It's time for what you need to know.
Let's do it. What you need to know right now.
What we all need to know is being brought to us by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Here she is, the queen, at UNEEQ_. Follow this girl, y'all.
Please do, okay? Just no negativity, okay? No negativity. Anyways, we actually haven't touched on this. We haven't talked about the TNT Amazon situation going on. So earlier today, it was announced. 2 days ago, it was announced that TNT submitted paperwork to the league.
To the NBA.
Matching the Amazon bid. And today it was dropped saying that the NBA responded by rejecting TNT's proposal. They set out Warner Brothers Discovery most recent proposal did not match the terms of Amazon's Prime Video's offer, and therefore we have entered in a long-term arrangement with Amazon. Throughout these negotiations, our primary objective has been to maximize the reach and accessibility of our game for our fans. And it continues, but update, which I did send to you guys, TNT has promised to take the appropriate action, and they put out a statement saying we have matched the Amazon offer, and as we have a contractual right to do, and do not believe the NBA can reject it. In doing so, they are rejecting the many fans who continue to show their unwavering support for our best-in-class coverage delivered through the full combined reach of Warner Brothers video and distribution platforms, including TNT. So even though the NBA said, hey, you didn't match, we're going to go with Amazon, it seems like this is not a done deal yet, because TNT is going to say it's taking some actions, looking like it's going to go to court, y'all.
Yep. I know. I can't wait to watch this because actually now this story becomes interesting to me. DeMarco, I had thought the whole time that while Charles Barkley had been out there saying, you know, it's a disappointment and I'm not going to go work for anybody else and I feel really bad for all of these production people that are all going to lose their jobs and TNT is screwing this thing up. In the end, TNT, they had the final right of refusal. So, or they had the right to match. And listen, I cannot tell you that I'm an expert in the details, but from everything I'd read, it was TNT is kind of sitting on the sideline. They're presenting themselves as, we're out, it's too expensive. But once the final numbers were in, TNT was sitting there with the opportunity to say, okay, now that we've seen the number that you've negotiated with these teams or these different streaming platforms or TV companies, now we know what the numbers are. Rather than getting involved in a bidding war, now that the numbers are out there, now we know what they are. Now we have this 5-day window to match. So then TNT goes, okay, we looked at what ESPN did and we looked at what NBC did and we look at what Amazon did. You know what? We'll take the Amazon deal. You guys have a $2 billion deal. I'm making up numbers. $2 billion deal with Amazon. We'll go take that deal. They did all the work. They got it to the finish line. We get a chance to match. So then TNT comes in and they say, okay, we'll match. We'll give you everything that they gave you. It's just now it comes to us. And the NBA, which I think is enamored with streaming services rather than over-the-air television services.
Is that what it is?
I don't know for sure. I mean, I think most leagues are trying to get, more progressive. The NBA is like, no, you actually didn't match. Now, you mean to tell me that TNT doesn't have lawyers and business development people and everything? They go, hey, just put our name in, take their name out. So now this will become more interesting because I assume that TNT, as Laura just points out, will then go sue the NBA and say, no, we had the right of first refusal, we matched, and you guys screwed us out of the deal. So, listen, I know I'm kind of rambling at this point.
No, I'm with you, though. Go ahead.
We're all following.
But to me, this now, because I like big business stories, this gets us back to last night, the Mel Karmazin story. When Mel Karmazin took over CBS, he wanted to get the NFL back on CBS. And they made it seem in the film as if the relationship between Mel Karmazin and Bob Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, is how this all got done.
That's how he got the AFC on CBS.
Right, where Mel essentially said to Bob Kraft, let's wait until the deal gets done, and then we, CBS, will come in and outbid everybody. I mean, this is kind of my recollection.
Yeah.
And then Bob Kraft is like, okay, you sit over here, you wait it out. And then the deal comes in, and then Kraft calls over to Karmazin and goes, yo, Mel, this is how much it's going to cost. And Mel comes in and outbids everybody in the last moment. So it just seems to me like these kinds of big business deals, this is where this is going to get exciting. At least I'm curious now what happens.
Does this mean more or less Barkley on TV? Because I need Barkley. I need all the Barkley I can get. And Shaq.
As of now, no. We won't have Barkley. But if they sue and they win, I'm guessing we have Barkley back. Right, Cap?
Yeah,
I hope so.
If TNT loses the NBA, Barkley has said he's retiring. He says he's not starting over. He's not going. And by the way, this is the brilliance of Charles Barkley. Because Charles
I think
Barkley,
we have a special surprise guest.
Okay,
we do have a special surprise
There he
guest.
is. Yes, sir. The man of the hour. We were just talking about your dad in the movie.
Okay, wait a second.
Yeah.
Here comes Craig Karmazin.
Yes.
The CEO and the founder of Good Karma Brands.
Here, take mine.
We'll get him some headphones.
Yeah, okay.
We'll get him some headphones because I would love to hear what Craig has to say about this.
Rocking some camo pants, too. I like this. What's going on? Here we go. Yes, sir.
I mean, no headphones, so I can't hear Cap. But
He's coming. Yeah.
Could be,
we were talking about the TNT deal and the NBA. He said it sounds like what your dad did with CBS, getting the NFL back on CBS. Hold on, he's plugging in.
All right, let him plug in.
Yeah.
He's a pro. He knows
There he
how
goes.
to do it.
All right. So what I was going to say is...
All right, give him a mic. Make sure his mic is on.
It's on.
We had to simplify things a little bit last night, but... You know, the NFL, because there were all these packages like the NBA, kind of works similarly. And the relationship with my dad and Robert Kraft, what it allowed him to do was say, hey, here's the deal. Everyone knows the NFC deal is the most valuable. Like the Fox deal, it was just, you know, it was clearly the most valuable. It was the biggest markets.
There you go.
It was all that. So what he said to them was, put the AFC deal first. And if you put the AFC deal first, I will pay so much. I'll pay more for the AFC than you think you're going to get for the NFC.
Wow.
And so then when you put the NFC up, you'll get so much more money for the NFC because we'll have reset the value. So my dad convinced them of that. That was what the relationship with Robert Kraft did. And so then he went in and paid all that money knowing that NBC always wanted Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
So that's why they didn't match, because they were going to go after Sunday Night Football that ESPN had. And that time around, NBC ended up losing football completely.
Wow.
Craig, by the way, we were talking about it earlier today. The film was amazing.
Well, no one else could see it, so we don't need to.
I know.
We could talk about things that are relatable.
But it was so good, though.
But
Thank
you know,
Thank
I
radio
waited
nerd.
till the very end while everybody was talking to you and everybody was hugging
it was
it out
awesome.
with you. I waited till the very end to have a conversation with you about it last night. And I know that it sucks because you said, hey, no one's going to see it now and you have to come to my house to watch it. I'm bringing my son to your house to watch this film because it was amazing and
Really
it was
inspiring.
inspirational
Yeah.
and it was
Run,
awesome.
Craig, run,
Yes.
sir, run.
Yeah, exactly. But I do think when it comes to the NBA and what's going on now, it is fascinating, right? Because the question is, was Barkley putting that out there as a negotiating
Yes.
ploy?
Yes, he was.
Because
Right.
everyone knows how much we love watching inside the NBA, right? And so did he do that kind of like sending the message? Because do we really could he really retire?
Well, that's
I hope
just it.
not.
I mean, there's two things at work here. Number one, Barkley could have been in cahoots with the top executives from TNT saying, hey, I'm going to go on TV. I'm going to go onto other platforms. I'm going to rip TNT for not having the courage to go in and spend the money. But just wait until the end. TNT's playing coy. They're sitting on the sideline. Then all of a sudden the numbers are done. They're in stone, and TNT has the chance to match, and all of a sudden they show up. By the same token.
No. Because, okay, so Cap.
Yeah, go ahead.
It doesn't work that way. The NBA isn't going to announce the deals and the numbers and then wonder if TNT, are they going to match or not?
Okay.
When they went through the process, they knew that it got to a point where they were choosing those other people. They knew TNT was going to say they wanted to match, but they had structured it in a way that they knew they were going to say that they didn't match, right? Like that's how, I've been in these matching situations. It's like they wouldn't have announced it publicly if they weren't ready for TNT to match. And obviously they knew there were some packages that maybe TNT could match, some they couldn't. I think the interesting thing is I have known nothing about this negotiation at all. I haven't been involved. I haven't been anywhere close to it. Is what happens when there's this disagreement. If the NBA is saying you didn't match and they're saying we did match, is this going to courts? Is this going to? Is this going to? But is it Is it mediation? Like what was in the previous contract that governs what happens when there's this dispute?
It's exactly what I was just saying before you got in. Is that now it becomes interesting because if TNT says that they had the right to match, and they said, hey, you see this Amazon deal? We'll match it. So done. It comes back to us. And then the NBA says what you said, Craig, which is, no, we structured it in a way that they actually wouldn't match it. Somebody's getting sued, and somebody's going to come out with something, at least I would think. And just back to Barkley for a second. Barkley could have been doing an entire negotiation for his own. He was saying, I'm done. I'm not going to ESPN. I don't want to start over. But what he could have been doing was telling everybody, I'm raising my price. I'm telling you I'm quitting, but you're going to have to come pay me to get me to come do what you want me to do. So I think Barkley was definitely negotiating for himself.
I don't think so.
All right, tell me what you think.
I think Barkley has become who he is because he says what he actually thinks. And I think that day he thought it. And Barkley's also
and said it.
Yep.
But he's also
that day.
He's straight up.
But he's also the guy who'll be like tomorrow, be like, all right, I was wrong.
I was wrong.
think differently. And they gave me 20 million, 50 million reasons to decide. I feel differently
That was
today.
terrible. I should not have said that.
That's right.
That's right. Like I don't think like calculated back room, all this.
Yeah.
I think, but could he change his mind? Like, of course.
Or could you change his mind?
Right. The money will talk. The money will change his mind. Would be my guess.
I don't know that the money. It depends how his. Because
depends on how much he's losing at the
I knew you were gonna
blackjack
say
table.
Right. It could be a factor.
Right.
It could be
How
a
could it
factor.
not? Yes.
Craig, again, I know that most people won't see the movie,
Yeah,
but
no
I'm
one cares.
just telling you.
You did this
I do.
in private. You don't need to do it in public.
I do.
This is for the listeners now.
Well,
Wow.
let me tell you something. We talked a lot about it earlier.
It was inspiring.
No, but honestly, as someone, because we all talked about if we knew who your dad was. And a lot of people are like, yeah, we've heard the name. But for someone like myself who's a radio nerd and has, heard your dad's name and really understands kind of what he did and how he's impacted radio, for me, I was like, whoa, that's super cool. Because there was a lot of things that, we've heard, but then just kind of seeing it and hearing it from him, it was very different. So it was really cool.
Well, it's crazy just to realize that Sirius XM, like there's a generation of people who just know it as Sirius XM now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
That
They were
generation
different.
Used to be different.
Right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm that
Right.
generation.
Right, like there used to be Sirius and XM,
Yep.
and literally when the FCC authorized it, it was said it has to be two companies, and the government, in the history of the government, has never allowed something that has two to only have one. And satellite radio, that came into being. So now there is only one, but it's like we know you can get audio everywhere now. So what's the big deal that those two companies merge?
Right. I was so into the film, and I didn't want to leave because I was so into what I was watching that I had to pee so bad.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
God, you're
Listen
and
to
then,
this.
and
Yeah.
then when you called me up to go out and have the microphone and get the questions from her, I had to pee so bad. When
That's
it
why
was
he was
done,
that fast.
Did
when
you
it
see
was
how
done,
fast he ran to you?
right, Craig. When it was done, I ran to the bathroom. I took out my phone
Cap, we don't got to. No, he don't.
and
need
I
to hear
timed
this.
it. I had a 64-second consecutive pee.
Wow.
64 seconds.
It's pretty impressive.
Minute plus 4.
I mean, Craig, come on. That's pretty impressive.
At your age, especially.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? I know I should have been wearing a Depends undergarment.
Oh, my
you know
God.
what I mean?
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't imagine how. I mean, I don't know that there's even that much volume at that age. Like 64 seconds, there must not even be that much that comes out.
All on one club soda. Unbelievable.
This is not the conversation Craig thought he was going to
No.
have, you know?
No.
Beautiful. Well, Craig, we appreciate you stopping
Yes.
in, man. Really.
Yeah, thanks
awesome.
all
Thanks for
having
sharing
me.
that with us.
Are
Yeah.
you maybe joining us tomorrow at Rams camp?
I'll be at Rams camp. I don't know. I think we've had enough of me on the air, but I'll be hanging out at Rams
Come on.
camp.
All right, good. Well, we'll see you then.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, beautiful. All right, Craig Karmazin stopping by for a couple of minutes. You know, I want to talk to all the young fellas out there, all these young guys between the ages of 19 and 38. And I want to tell you guys that if you are able to work in the United States and you are a healthy young guy, okay, like Blake Harris opening up that door for J-Lo and she said, "Thank you, young man." If you're a healthy young guy and you're able to work in the United States, you could make up to $1,500 a month, but you've got to apply at spermbank.com/ESPN. This is the California Cryobank, and we're looking for healthy young guys who can work in the U.S., who want to help other people who can't have babies. We want to help out, you know, and if your heart's in the right place and you want to help people out, good for you. If your heart's not in the right place, but you need the money, that's fine too. But it's not a guarantee. That's why you have to apply. Spermbank.com/ESPN. And it's like I always tell you guys, you might as well get paid $1,500 a month for something you're doing at home for free anyway. Make that application happen. Spermbank.com/ESPN.
Starting Monday, September 9th, there's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it means the 9-hour LA Sports Mega Block begins an hour earlier. Even more live and local LA sports talk on 710 ESPN. The Travis and Sliwa Show will start at 9 a.m. Mason and Ireland move back to noon to 3, and Sedano and Cappy start the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover at 3 p.m. And then at 6 p.m., we are the destination for LA sports. It's a new fall lineup on 710 ESPN, and it begins Monday, September 9th.
Talk to you about this issue of dealing with your homeowner's insurance. So your home floods, right? You have a big giant flood at your house and you realize that the insurance adjuster is trying to pay you so little that you won't be able to repair the damage. That is when you call Avner Gatt. Avner Gatt is a public insurance adjuster who is on your side. Look, you can try and negotiate with the insurance company yourself. I've tried. You're going to find out very quickly it is not that simple. Avner Gatt and his team negotiate on your behalf to make sure you're getting the best possible outcome, not the insurance company. He and his team have been dealing with insurance companies for so many years. It's all they do. They've got the experience. They've got the industry know-how that you need on your side. Now, some of these folks used to work for insurance companies before they joined Avner's team, and Avner Gatt himself has 20 years of experience in this industry. Avner Gatt has one of the largest teams of professional, licensed public adjusters in California. And yes, the size is important. Avner has a unique winning recipe for handling homeowners' insurance claims. No one, and I mean no one, messes around with Avner Gatt and his team. Call Avner Gatt, 818-917-5256. 818-917-5256, or visit AvnerGatt.com. That's AVNERGAT, AvnerGatt.com. You call Avner Gatt, 818-917-5256. Avner takes the call himself. Hello!
Escape to paradise at Terranea Resort on the breathtaking Palos Verdes Peninsula. Enjoy 102 acres of oceanfront luxury with panoramic Pacific views. Relax in style with a variety of accommodations from elegant guest rooms to private villas. Indulge at diverse dining venues and rejuvenate at the award-winning spa. Visit Terranea.com to book your stay today. Terranea Resort, luxury on the Southern California coast.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
All right. Okay.
Is this you last night with the microphone? 64 seconds.
Oh, Lord.
How about Craig?
Don't ruin the song.
How about Craig? Greg's like, dude, at your age, really?
Hey,
Yeah.
that's
wasn't
legit,
a lot of
though.
volume, you know?
By the way, the number one song, Waterfalls by TLC in 1995.
How about that?
What year?
1995.
1990. Well, fun year. Wow, great year.
Good, yeah.
Excellent year.
Wasn't even born yet.
You weren't born yet? That's right. Oh my God. I was a pro and you weren't born yet. That's crazy. Wow.
And guess what today is? I always give you guys national
Wednesday.
days. Yes, it is Wednesday.
Oh.
Pero también National Tequila Day.
Hey.
Yo. Yo.
You know
Come
when
on.
you know when I'm a little like buzzed?
Yeah.
When I go, like if you see videos of me in like Instagram and your girl's going like, hey, and I was like, oh yeah, Laura's late.
Feeling it. Feeling it.
Laura's filling the drink.
Like it.
So today's National Tequila Day.
That was our school song at UW when we scored.
Oh yeah?
Really?
Our band would play this.
Doodle-doodle-doo, doot, tequila. Mandala. Yeah.
Ooh, Mandala
Yeah.
is good.
Mandala. Oh,
Look at-
go on.
look at
Go on,
D.
DeAndre.
He's
Yeah.
doing the
Yeah.
chair dance. And
Right.
so is Big D
Oh.
over there.
Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, yeah. He's doing the Pee Wee Herman right there. Hey, speaking of National Tequila Day, I want to remind everybody that Friday night at Fleming's in downtown L.A. at L.A. Live, we are putting on a dinner with Tequila Mandala and Fleming's. It is the 4-course tequila pairing dinner. It is at 6:30, and it is on Friday night. And what we're going to do is we're going to get off the air, and we're going to go directly downstairs, and we're going to hang out with all the great people from Fleming's and all of our great friends from Tequila Mandala. And then the dinner goes like this. The first course is the Nectarine Burrata Crostini. That sounds fire.
Delicious.
And it's paired with the Tequila Mandala Blanco. The second course is the halibut, which, by the way, we had it yesterday. It's like this crusted halibut, which was so good.
Say halibut the right way.
Halibut.
Thank you.
Right. It's paired with Tequila Mandala Reposado. Then the third course is the reverse sear New York steak, paired with the Mandala Añejo.
Añejo.
And then the fourth course is the Choco Flan, paired with the Tequila Mandala Extra Añejo. Okay? And let me tell you something. It is going to be an amazing dinner. Now, if what you need to do is go to Open Table. You need to find Fleming's, okay? You need to go to their special events page, and you need to get your reservation now. They come in pairs. So bring your girlfriend, bring your wife, bring your boyfriend, bring your business.
Bring them both.
Bring La Sancha, you know.
Bring who?
The Sancha.
The
La
Sancha?
Sancha?
Yeah, side chick.
Your
What?
side chick.
Your
Whoa.
You're going to get me beat
Sancha.
up. Wow.
Wow.
I mean, if you don't
The
want
Sancha.
to treat the, you know, if you don't want to treat the main one, treat the Sancha.
Dang.
Okay.
Did
I'm
Laura
with
just
that.
say that on air? Wow.
I'm with that
okay.
all day long.
I see it.
It's not a bad word. It's not a bad word.
No,
I almost hit the dump button.
Why?
Dump her.
First
Dump
of
this
all,
woman.
you guys need to learn a little bit of Espanol because Sancha is not a bad word.
No, nobody said
see.
Sanchez is a
Giving
bad
away
word.
game, though. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Español.
I'm
Yeah.
giving the game away when you had Cappy like disclose a lot of other things last week. Like, come on
I
now.
didn't say anything. No.
Don't come at me, bruh.
Whatever.
Don't come at her, bruh. Do not come at her, B.
Do me a favor. Say reposado.
Reposado.
Okay.
Reposado.
I miss Funchy when he says it.
Right.
Yes.
How does Funchy say añejo?
The reposito.
He just gave up halfway through.
How did he say? How did he say?
Anejo.
Reposado.
Añejo. How did he say it though?
Anejo.
Anejo.
Something like something you had to
I'm
dump.
like,
Yeah.
bruh.
Yeah.
Anejo. He said
Anejo.
Anejo.
And I was like, no, añejo,
Come on, Funchy
añejo.
lover.
It's
Get
an
you beat up in
añe.
Costco.
We love you, Funch.
Añe. Yeah, he's probably punching the wall right now.
Oh, man.
I will tell you this. Funchy went on a little vacay.
Yep.
And here's the thing. like today, he was jumping into our group chat. So he's on vacation, but he's still available. I'll tell you something else.
That's Cap.
Hey, listen to this, DeMarco. My boy Sedano.
Yeah.
Right? He was getting ready to take this family on vacation. He's going to Paris, and he went to London. He's doing a whole European thing, right?
Yeah.
So I was trying to get Sedano to go to the Eiffel Tower, go to the top of the Eiffel Tower with his entire family, and wear berets like they did in European vacation.
Nice. Yeah.
And Sedano was not having it at all.
He's not Clark W. Griswold. Come
right,
on.
Exactly. There's Big Ben, kids. And there's Big Ben. I mean, right, he would not Clark W. Griswold this thing with the berets. But today I saw him take a selfie and post it on Instagram of him, his wife, and his 2 kids in front of the Eiffel Tower, like looking up so you could see the entire Eiffel Tower.
Okay.
And I was like, okay.
No
all right,
berets,
Sedano,
though.
I'll take no berets.
No berets. Okay.
And that's what I texted him. I go, bro, how about the berets? What happened to the berets? Now, here's the thing about Sedano. Sedano gives me so much crap about all the little things that I do. Sedano's on vacation, right?
Yeah.
Today, we get an email. I haven't checked my ESPN email in months. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now.
Of course you haven't.
There is so much going on in that ESPN email. Nothing's opened, right?
Ay.
So I go into my ESPN email today. I don't even know why. And this person somebody sent out a notice. Hey, so and so is leaving the company and she's going in a different direction with her career. And let's all congratulate her because what a team player she's been and what a superstar and so on and so forth. And you know what Sedano did, DeMarco?
What?
He replied all.
He sure did.
Oh, wow.
He replied all.
He sure did.
About congratulations, you're awesome, you're amazing, we love you. He replied all. I'm telling you, like probably 100+ people got this email from Sedano. And when I accidentally replied all, not only did they bust my freaking balls over here, all right?
Over here.
Right?
Yeah.
They freaking read the entire email on the air.
They read your email?
Read my email.
Oh.
For internal use only. They read the entire email on the air and busted my chops because I replied all.
No,
and
wait. Did he purposely reply all? Or was it a mistake?
We don't know because he's in London, right?
Oh,
but,
no, he's in Paris.
Oh, Paris, sorry. But the thing is, the first thing I did when I saw Chris was like, you gotta come at Sedano for doing this because I know they went at Cappy when he did it. Now he might have had to. I can double check. He might because
might have had to reply all
because when let's say I put in me and then a bunch of groups like ESPN LA or whatever because it's in groups.
Yeah.
So he might have not known the specific person's email. So he's like, oh, in order to congratulate, I have to reply all versus just typing that person's
Would that
email.
argument work with Sedano? If that was
would.
you, Cap?
All I know is this. Had I replied all, okay, it would have turned into a mess. I mean,
a week's worth of shows.
Oh, absolutely. 3 hours a day of, he replied all. You wasted everybody's time by replying all. They read the email. I literally live across the street at the East Central. Am I entitled as a radio employee, not as a TV employee, to use the TV building and use the Peloton in the upstairs gym? And they read it every day.
Every day.
Because I replied all.
Wow.
And you know what? I didn't try and take it back. I was like, I don't care. I replied all. I don't care.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this email is like for the LA Live employees, just the ESPN directing management. There's a bunch of other stuff scheduling.
The Sedano one.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we're all in it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have, usually when you do that and someone's leaving, you CC the person that's leaving just in case somebody wants to reply to them only.
Okay.
But they didn't do that. So I'm guessing he felt, let me just reply all for that reason. Or
no, he replied all because he wanted to say his congratulations and he wanted to look good. He wanted everybody to know. That's exactly why.
Okay.
And by the way, he did it from Paris.
He did.
For a guy who's on a family vacation,
Yep.
he had to take the time to reply all to say, hey, I want everybody to know what a sweetheart of a guy I am, that I wished her congratulations
Cap,
and told her how awesome she
That's
is.
a hell of a flex, though.
Yeah, it
doing
is a
from
flex.
Yeah, it's a hell of a
It
flex.
is, right.
Yeah.
Well, he's also flexing on social media right now that I guess he ran into Marcus Spears from ESPN.
Oh, yeah. No way.
And he's like, I'm spending time with my boy, And
Big
so
flex.
Aw,
Yeah,
that's a good. But you know
a good
what?
dude.
I have to give this one to Cappy because they give him a lot of grief, especially after I left. Like, Cappy got no backup.
Wow.
Right.
No backup.
That's all right.
None.
You
got
can
no
handle it for your
backup.
Cap.
I know. DeAndre got my back.
Oh, he does?
There you
Okay,
go.
I don't really
Yeah.
listen
Cap
to the
can
show
handle it.
anymore.
You're good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
DeAndre
be
got my
real.
back.
I don't listen to the show
But
that
Lover
much.
got
Only
Cap's back,
on,
too.
you know.
What-
Funchy does, but Funchy's not always in. Funchy's in during the summer. So, like, the rest of the month, he's flying solo here. So
Yeah, right. I am by myself. I'm a
you
man
gotta,
on an island.
You gotta,
Right.
you gotta help
This
the
is
brother
all
out.
pointing to Lindsay, isn't it?
Right.
No, don't do me
This is
like
all
that.
pointing to
Yeah,
Lindsay.
do her like that.
Hell no.
Hell
you
yeah.
guys better not do me like that.
Do
Look
me
at
like
Marco.
that, B. Do me, B.
Look at Marco. You better have my back because I took you your phone the
I
other day
got
when
you.
you forgot it,
I
and
got
then you
you.
had the nerve to take my phone yesterday.
Now you're going to out me.
Yes,
See?
I am.
Look at you.
You know what I'm saying?
Look at
Hey,
you.
you got to do all that.
Come
gotta
on.
out
I'm
him.
doing all that because he's out here throwing names when I didn't
did-
throw nobody's name out there.
I just said, come on.
Exactly,
didn't
you
have to
just
out me like
said.
that.
Uh-huh.
Come on.
Right.
Wow.
Speaking of just saying, hey, coming up next, it is time for Big Deal or No Deal. That's next. This is Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN.
There's nothing like NHL hockey, LA Kings hockey on 710 ESPN. Welcome to the family.
Brand new partnership. We're excited to have the Kings right here, the home of the Los Angeles Kings. And Trav, now I just need an invitation to go catch a game.
You have been giving you one forever. Now you
Now
have
it's
to
across the
accept.
street. Now it's across the street.
Go
All right.
Kings, go.
Go Kings, go.
The Kings are back on 710 ESPN. Believe it or not, I did pregame for the Kings 25 years ago. Damn, I'm old. Luke Robitaille, the rest of the Kings organization couldn't be more excited. Go Kings, go.
Go Kings, go. Nothing like live hockey. Nothing like seeing it in person. Nothing like watching it on TV. Nothing like listening to it on the radio. And we've got them on ESPN LA. Go Kings, go.
We're so excited. The LA Kings have found a new home right here on 710 ESPN. Can't wait to see you on the ice.
I want to congratulate the LA Kings. You are now on the greatest sports radio station in America, 710. And guess what? Now I get to be one of the ice girls at a Kings game. Go Kings, go. Go Kings, go. Go Kings, go.
/ticket plans or call 888-796-HALO to buy the ticket package that's best for you. Pick the games you want and don't miss out on great seats at the best price. Visit angels.com/ticket plans or call 888-796-HALO.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Brakes? We can save you 15% on that. We have OE quality Duralast brake pads and rotors in stock, ready for pickup or delivery. We also have calipers, brake fluid, tools, and anything else you'll need to do the job right. When you get Duralast pads and rotors together, you'll save 15%. It's just part of what makes us America's #1 brakes destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
2 leagues, 1 champion. MLS versus Liga MX. A fight for League's Cup glory.
Every MLS team taking on every Liga MX team in a World Cup type format. It's going to be electric.
3, 2, 1. Let the League's Cup fiesta begin for the black and gold.
BMO Stadium is rocking for the black and gold.
LAFC welcome Club Tijuana to BMO Stadium Friday night. Pre-game gets going at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
3, 2, 1, yeah. Sedano and Cap for your afternoon right now on 710 ESPN. It's 6:30 p.m. Big deal or no deal? Take it away, Sedano.
All right. Well, as I've already talked about, Sedano is replying all to company-wide emails from Paris. Flexing.
Wow.
Yep.
You got to do that. Sedano. There you go.
And it's time for Big Deal or No Deal, and that means that the Queen, UNEEQ_, follow this girl, y'all.
Please do. Also, we're doing something a little new. It's going to be DeAndre and I today doing Big Deal or No Deal.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Got to get my man in there.
There we go.
All right. So, I know we teased Matthew Stafford, and Matthew Stafford has a new contract. but we don't know what that contract is. So, gentlemen, is it a big deal or no deal that we don't actually have the details of this said contract? And DeMarco, I'm going to go with you first.
I'll say no deal. I think the big deal would if he didn't show up to camp. I just saw Trent Williams, 49ers, their left tackle, is a holdout.
Oh, man.
So Stafford is here. He practiced today with the football team, so I'll say no deal. Even if we don't know the numbers, no deal.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree, and I'm gonna go no deal also. But I just can't help myself. I'm naturally curious, and actually, I'm beyond curious. I'm a yenta. All right. So DeMarco, I look at these guys that are at the top of the list of NFL quarterbacks and what they get paid. Joe Burrow, $55 million. Trevor Lawrence, $55 million.
Not better than Stafford.
Jared Goff, $53 million.
Not better than Stafford.
Justin Herbert, $52.5 million.
Could be better than Stafford someday.
Lamar Jackson, $52 million.
Different, better.
Jalen Hurts, $51 million.
I'm not going to hurt DeAndre's feelings.
Kyler Murray, $46 million.
Answers itself.
Deshaun Watson, I mean, this one's ridiculous, $46 million.
That was a mistake.
Patrick Mahomes is going to break the bank. He's just sitting around waiting at $45 million.
Deserved, yes.
Kirk Cousins, $45 million.
Come on. right there. Stop there.
And this one's probably kind of surprising. Josh Allen is actually less at $43 million.
Unbelievable.
What I'm getting at is this, though. Here's Matthew Stafford making I want to say 26 or 31, like somewhere in that neighborhood.
I think he's in the 30s, yeah.
But it's not. But comparatively speaking, it's not top 10 quarterback money. He has all the leverage in the world.
Yes.
He doesn't have a long-term contract. So for him, it's like, hey, I want guaranteed money now. And I think the Rams have done a great job of just saying, hey, look, we don't, Garoppolo is not a legitimate starting quarterback for us.
And he's suspended.
Right. And Stetson Bennett, we all know that he had some problems last year and left the team and never really was around. And he's back this year, but he would be essentially a rookie and hasn't played football in over a year. So they don't have a backup plan. So what do you think, DeMarco?
You just said it. Matthew Stafford had all the leverage. But I'll say you this. This potentially could have gotten ugly if they had lowballed him or just flatly said no, just refused to engage. Then he doesn't show up to camp, and then it's a mess. Everything that you've garnered and you've generated on that 7-1 run to end the year to get into the playoffs and almost beat Detroit in the playoffs, you would have lost that if you had a quarterback holdout in Matthew Stafford. So credit to both sides for getting something done and remembering the main thing is the main thing, winning Super Bowls. You have to have that guy in camp, and he's here and he practiced today.
And, controversy in other places around the league with like a CeeDee Lamb in Dallas or an Ayuk up in San Francisco. And you made a mention of
Trent Williams.
Trent Williams at the beginning of the segment. So, the Rams are going into camp saying, hey, we got our guys and we've got our quarterback and he should be happy and he's paid and let's go to work.
I saw this. It was Alvin Kamara. They asked him why he came to camp. Similar thing. I think he wants a new deal. His quote was, because I'm not stupid. They said, why are you in camp? He says, because I'm not stupid. I want to retire a Saint. Sometimes it's worth more or it's about more than just the money.
All right, there you go. That's so Stafford's in camp. Tomorrow we will be at Rams training camp. We will have Cooper Kupp for sure. That's locked in. I do believe that Kevin Demoff will be coming by tomorrow's show as well. And who knows what else would happen. Kirk Morrison's going to join us for the broadcast. And it's going to be a great day for the Rams training camp tomorrow. So be there and stop by and say hello.
I'm geeked for this one. Come on, D. Let's go.
Alrighty. So NBA champion and head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, Chauncey Billups, went on Carmelo Anthony's podcast. And he revealed something that one of his players did during halftime. So I'm going to play this clip for you guys.
We in New Orleans. We're down like 18 at the half. I had a kid, he had a nasty dunk. We coming out for the third quarter. This motherfucker then posted his dunk on his joint.
Oh, stop it.
At halftime.
Yo, stop.
Yo, at halftime,
hey,
bro, we down 18.
You got to optimize those numbers.
What you do, though? Man, you know I grinded his up, man. I get wind of it. I said, hey, yo, bro, get the back there and take the down off your joint, man. What the is wrong with you, man? My bad, coach. He run to the back. We getting boned, bro. We down 18. He posted joint at halftime. I said, man, what is going on?
Wow.
That's hilarious.
So,
wow.
So is it a big deal or no deal that one of his players posted a highlight clip of him at halftime?
Well, wait a second. Not just a highlight clip. Did he post a joint or did he post it on a joint?
On it.
He posted the dunk on his social
On
media.
his social media.
Right, but I want
Yes.
to make sure I use the word joint correctly.
Yes,
Nah,
he
he
posted
posted
it
it.
on his joint.
Happy.
He
Okay,
posted
so-
his joint on his account. Yeah.
Yes.
So he
He
dunk is
posted
the
his
joint?
dunk on his joint.
Yes.
Yeah,
that.
his own highlight.
On his
his
joint.
joint.
For
Yes.
example, like the
Joint being socials.
NBA like posted his highlight of his amazing dunk. He grabbed that clip and posted that joint on his own platform.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to listen. I want to post some stuff on my own joint myself. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't know if I was posting a joint on Instagram
Oh, Lord.
or if I was posting something on my joint. And I'm going to call
Or posting
Instagram.
your joint on Instagram. No,
Yeah.
no. You post your stuff on your joint.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, you
There.
knew this, DeMarco?
Say again?
You knew this?
Oh, of course.
You knew that people posted on their joint.
Yes.
I didn't know that. You are way cooler
Old.
than I am.
Old.
No,
yes.
you're cool, and I'm old.
Cappy,
I'm
we
the
just
old
got
guy.
to, DeAndre, step it up. I leave and now he's like not hip. Come on now.
I mean,
Wow.
come on, B.
Come on,
Come
D.
on, B.
Hey,
Why
look,
you-
Not
why
B,
you-
D.
Come on, D.
Thank you.
Hey, look, man. There's only
Look,
so much
man,
I can
what?
take.
That's crazy.
So
Man,
no deal or big deal or no deal?
That's a big deal. That's fireable. Really? You post that during halftime when we're losing?
Yeah, that's a
Oh
bad
my
look.
God. What did you say? I grinded him? You should. Oh
know what
my
I-
God.
You know what I think, though? I think the big deal is Chauncey Billups outing this dude.
He deserves
know?
it.
Yeah, no, he does deserve it. He does deserve it. And I think the other big deal is an NBA coach using that word, joint, like that. Not like, I think that's super cool.
That's
Because
just the
now
vernacular, yes.
I'm so using that all the time. Like, yo, you see what I posted on my joint?
Okay. Can I tell you a quick
That's
story,
hilarious.
Cap?
Yeah.
I had a teammate. This is when I was a rookie, and it was about seats, and he was mad that somebody was sitting in his seat, and we had sponsors on the plane who did, like you, who don't understand the lingo. And he said, yo, why you housing my joint? And they swore he was talking about weed. We're like, no, he's talking about a seat. He's talking about the seat, not marijuana. Sit and be happy. Yes.
But I
That's
thought
funny.
that nowadays, like if somebody, drops a joint, they're dropping an album.
But it depends. So the
Joint could be a lot of things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Joint can be a lot of things. It just depends on the context that you're using such word.
Yes.
Okay, so from
Kinda
now
like
on,
Smurf.
I can replace everything with joint.
Nah, not everything, but certain things.
Try.
It
Go
depends.
ahead. Let me see
Yeah,
your-
So,
yeah,
like here, for example,
You-
like my girlfriend's gonna come over to the house here as soon as we're off the air. I'm gonna be like, "Yo, girl, where we gonna have dinner at that joint?"
That works.
That works.
Yeah, we're
You
sure.
wanna go to
Yeah,
that
yeah.
joint?
I got
Well, wait
this
a
one
second.
joint that we can go to.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but wait a
That's
second. but
better.
That's old
That is
school, though.
better.
We always used to call a place a joint. I
What
don't think-
DeAndre just said was better. Say it again.
So we know I got this one joint that we can go to.
See?
Yeah, that works.
That's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Try again, Cap. One more.
After the show, I'm going to drop a picture on my joint of this show.
Nice.
Hey,
It
that
works.
works.
It was
That
a little
works.
awkward, but
Yeah,
it
a
worked.
little
It
bit.
worked. It worked.
The delivery took a little bit too
Yeah.
long, but it was
Definitely
good.
Yeah, it
sound
worked. It
good.
worked. It worked.
Didn't
It
sound
worked.
good at all,
We're good.
actually.
We're good, Cappy. We're good. It worked. Do you guys want one more? Or?
Yeah, give us
All
one
right.
more joint.
So
There you go.
there you go, Cap. So I'm actually going to refer back to the list that I had, the 12 new potential cities. We talked about Austin, Portland, St. Louis, Salt Lake City, Oklahoma, Memphis, but I didn't give you the international ones.
Right. These are all cities that the NFL might consider
Yes.
expanding to. Right.
So, big deal or no deal for these, okay? England, London, England.
Big deal.
Okay.
Big deal.
Okay.
DeMarco, you think the NFL would really ever expand it to London?
I know
think
they want
could.
to bad, and they're football crazy over there. They love the sport.
Yep.
I just don't know how you would send a first-round draft choice from the States
Right.
over there to play.
Right.
Yeah, that's or sign a free agent. That would be hard.
I will tell you this, though. I mean, like traveling, like if you're in New York or Miami or Atlanta or Philadelphia or Carolina, I mean, it's a 5-hour flight, no different than if you're flying to L.A. or San Francisco. Yeah.
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 It'd have to be in the East, no doubt. Yeah.
All right. What about Munich, Germany?
Okay, so you've been there, right, for NFL Europe?
Yep.
How was Munich They didn't have a team, did they?
No. So for me, I went to Dusseldorf, Germany.
That was Rhine.
And Frankfurt, Germany.
The Galaxy.
Right. So
and the Galaxy had the biggest attendance of all German teams.
Yeah, and so, I mean, German folks, this is back when I was doing NFL Europe games for the NFL Network, they loved it.
Yeah.
So so England, a city in Germany, Munich or Frankfurt, okay. I could see it, but it all depends on the rest of these cities.
If I'm picking Germany, I would put it in Berlin. Yeah.
Next one, Toronto, Canada.
They know football.
And they're close to Buffalo,
Yeah.
and they're close to Detroit, essentially,
Toronto's a fun city, too.
Okay, never been.
I'd say big deal.
Okay.
Do that, yeah.
What about Tokyo, Japan?
No.
Well, we don't have a proof of concept yet. You know what I mean? The NFL is going to where's that first game this season between Philadelphia and I don't remember who they're playing. Somewhere in Brazil. I think.
It's the Eagles. The Eagles and Packers.
Yeah.
Eagles, Packers, and Brazil. So we're gonna have an idea. We know Mexico City works.
Okay.
We know England.
But that's
we know London.
That's a one-off.
Yeah.
She's talking about a team.
Yeah,
there.
we're talking about teams here.
Right. I know. That's why Tokyo, though, we've never seen an NFL game in Tokyo, so
Okay.
we have no idea what people would do there.
So the next city, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Wait a second. Did you say Rio de Janeiro?
Yes, I said it. I'm not
Okay,
gonna
she
say-
said it. You sound drunk.
So instead of saying Rio de Janeiro,
No, Rio
how did
de
you say
Janeiro.
it? How?
Rio de Janeiro,
See,
Brazil.
I don't know yet.
Brazil.
Brazil.
Where are they playing this game? In the game between Philadelphia and Green Bay?
D, where are they playing?
I'm not sure where they're playing.
Are
You
they
should
playing
know.
Rio de Janeiro?
Dude.
You should know.
Yeah, they're just playing in Brazil, man.
They're in
I don't
Brazil.
know
It's
exactly
Brazil.
where they play
It's
at.
Brazil, man.
Have you
It
been
might
to
be.
Carnival?
It might be there.
Have you been to Carnival?
I have not.
No,
Have you?
but ooh,
Big deal. Let's go there.
big deal. But also a lot of other stuff happens there. Anyway,
Let's go there and stay there.
The last
Right.
one is Mexico City in Mexico.
See, I love
Yes.
Mexico
La
City.
Ciudad de Mexico.
Big deal.
See, I
I
love
thought that would
Mexico
happen
City.
by
Playing
now.
in Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo. Okay.
Sao Paulo. I love Mexico City. I think it's great. But the problem is that if you have a team in Mexico City and you have a team in Toronto and you have a team in London and you have a team in Germany,
Traveling
I mean,
for
it's
me.
it's going to be crazy. So you got to figure it out. Like, are you going to expand? Like, you got the AFC North. Maybe you got the AFC Europe. You got the AFC Eastern Bloc.
Oh, wow.
Well, because my thing is, I would love for all these cities, not all, some, to get NFL teams, but just the traveling alone would be nuts.
Across the pond would stink.
Yeah, it would be
Japan,
really crazy.
Come on.
Imagine Japan, like Mexico. Okay, not
How far to
super
Mexico
bad.
City?
Toronto.
How many
I think
hours?
It's like 5, 6.
Oh, that's not so bad.
Yeah, it's not because Guadalajara for us is like 6-ish, so it's not that's in Jalisco. So my thing is those might work, but you're also talking different time zones and I don't know, man. I don't know how that would actually.
I would,
all the
I would
logistics.
guess if I were the NFL. I mean, this is just a guess. Their first city, if they're going to expand outside of the United States, I think it's London. Toronto's easy, no problem.
Yep.
Mexico City's a lot easier, I think. But Tokyo doesn't sound right yet.
No offense, but
Rio
no.
de Janeiro doesn't sound right yet.
Oh, but the party there?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
beyond.
come on.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Mhm.
Well, there you go. There's big deal or no deal. And that means that coming up next, it's our final segment, which means it's time for Dealer's Choice. This is Sedano and Kap on 710 ESPN. Here. This all together, enjoying all that California has to offer with great friends and a cold Coors Light. Pick up icy cold Coors Light today or even get it delivered to your door today. Visit CAChooseChill.com to learn more. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Hey, it's Travis.
And Slee. By now you have heard about our good friends at the law office of Joseph S. Normand.
When my son Bobby was in an accident, we called Joe and he hit it out of the park. That's why I trust Joe.
No insurance company is ever on your side. Anything you say to them can and will be used against you. Joe and his team will treat you like family, get you the medical attention you need, and the max compensation you deserve.
Call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com.
The law office of Joseph S. Normand.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BREAK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text BREAK to 321-321. That's BREAK to 321-321.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit, hims.com/joy.
That is our final segment, music. And let me just tell everybody right now, 24 hours from this moment, we will be doing the exact same thing. The only difference will be we will be live from Rams training camp. And Cooper Kupp will be with us. Sucker.
A little early.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was a little early. You're right.
Was it? Oh,
You're right. I mean,
all
you don't.
right.
I didn't butt right up on it, but I just didn't want to step on it.
You missed the joint.
I mean, yeah, I did miss that joint. I did miss that joint.
Wow. This
So,
is crazy.
DeMarco.
Do you know these the skull caps the players are wearing?
Yeah.
They wear the padding outside of the helmet, the Guardian helmets.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Have you seen this?
Yeah, right.
Now they have skull caps to cover the Guardian helmets to make them look like helmets.
Yeah, because they kind of look like the inside of the helmet is on the outside of the helmet. So
Right.
now they got something to cover the outside of the helmet so that it looks like the outside of the helmet.
Yeah, it says that, which may be part of the planning for them to actually become game helmets.
Oy.
Hey, if it's safer, it's safer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it always reminds me of, remember on the Flintstones, what was that character's name?
Gazoo.
Gazoo. You know, he had that big-ass head, you know what I mean? Big helmet, right?
They called them the Max Pros.
You think there'll ever be a day where football players don't wear face masks anymore and they wear like hockey plexiglass face mask thingies?
Like the shield?
Yeah.
I think they talked about that. No, I think it's always going to be a face mask thing. Yeah, you're always going to have some sort of cage in front of your face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just don't, having that clear plastic as your only protection, I think that could be problems, especially for a collision sport.
DeMarco, I used to love, this is because we were playing way back when, Joe Theismann wore the single bar.
Yes.
And then there were a whole bunch of kickers back in the old days that wore the single bar. And my favorite guy when I was in college was a guy named Gary Anderson who played for the Steelers forever.
Yeah.
And then had one of the most magical seasons of anybody playing for the Minnesota Vikings until the last game. It was, I want to say it was the NFC Championship game.
Yes, it was.
They were playing, Minnesota was playing Atlanta. And Gary Anderson had been like 38 for 38. 38 for 38 on field goals. And in the last kick of the year to put the Vikings into the Super Bowl, he missed the field goal.
Yep.
And the Falcons went to the Super Bowl.
They had 4 Hall of Famers on that team.
On the Vikings?
On the Vikings.
You had
Randall McDaniel,
Yep.
the D tackle.
John
Randall.
John Randall.
Randy Moss, and Chris
Right.
Carter.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Right. Oh, my
Yeah.
God, what a miss.
Right. Yeah. And the late, great Denny Green was the coach of that team. Shout
Yes.
out, R.I.P.
Wow.
But I couldn't help myself. I wanted to wear a single bar so bad. And I did. I did in I want to say it was probably the early 90s.
How'd it go?
It was terrible. It
Did
was
you get hit in the
awful.
face?
I didn't get hit in the face, but it just because I really liked it because it was so light. It made your helmet so light.
Yeah.
You know.
You
But
know
it
what,
looked so
D? You should
stupid.
bring that back. We should, DeAndre. You should wear a single bar as a linebacker. Come on, wouldn't that be hard? That's
Yeah,
Bobby Boucher territory. Come on, Come on. There you go.
I'm DeAndre Boucher. Oh, hello, DeAndre
Water sucks.
Water sucks. It really, really
hilarious.
sucks. H2O.
So last thing here in terms of dealer's choice, I watched episode 2 of Receiver last night.
Oh yeah.
I have not even started, guys.
You
I'm
hooked?
bad.
I am totally hooked. I'm probably going to be watching like an episode per night. And I will just say this. In episode 2, which is the first episode where you see Devontae Adams, he's very likable in episode 2. You know, he's got a regular birthday party happening at his house. His neighbors are coming. The kids' friends from school are coming. The dads don't even know what they're walking into. And then they're all of a sudden like, oh, damn. You know, the moms are like, who is he? You know, who's that guy with the dreadlocks? You know, and they're like, oh, he plays for the Raiders, and they're like, oh, that explains the house. You know, but he's playing through injury. He's tough. I mean, I like
Keep
Devontae
watching.
Adams.
Keep
I know,
watching.
I know that what's going to happen is I'm going to wind up hating Devontae Adams. Nah.
I mean, it's going to test your patience a little bit, especially if you're a team sport guy.
But I was watching while I was driving home last night, and we got done with that film at the Grammy Museum, and I actually went and grabbed dinner with a group of people afterwards, and then I got out of there about 10 o'clock. I went back to the office, grabbed my stuff. By the way, the security guard who does the late night shift at LA Live, this guy must think I'm out of my mind because he sees me always at like between 10 and 11 p.m. He's like, you're still here? Yeah, because I live across the street at the East Central. Literally. Right. Anyway, so I was watching Receiver on my way home last night while I was driving.
Oh, my God. I can't. What?
You keep saying that.
Yeah.
Now, that seems, I know a lot of people think that's strange. You know?
It's dangerous.
So are you just listening to it and not watching
It's illegal.
Well, what I do is I plug my phone in. I have the audio on my speakers.
Okay,
and
so
then
you're listening it.
But then I put the phone up at the top of my
No.
steering wheel.
No, Cap. You know what I mean? Cap.
I'll be doing the same thing. Cap,
Hey.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh, my God.
Guys, you
Come
guys
on.
know people are listening. This is illegal. You guys do not do this. It's
I don't really do
hypothetical,
this. I don't
okay?
really do this,
God.
I don't really do this either.
Thank you.
I take my phone and I put it on the top of that joint right there. That round joint right there.
DeMarco, I'm trying to help these two out, and they just do not want the lifeboat.
Sometimes
Bruh,
they're
let
just
them
determined
sing.
to go.
Let them
Yeah.
sing. I can't. My mic
Bruh.
is off now. Damn.
All right, damn. Tomorrow, DeMarco.
Yeah.
Loyola Marymount University. I've never been on the campus. Can't
Psyched.
wait.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. Cannot wait to get to camp.
My first camp. I'm excited.
You're gonna love this. It's gonna be
bet
fun.
I am.
Bunch of fans. Wait until you see. You're gonna love the Rams fans, and they're
I
gonna love
know.
you.
Oh,
McVay, I
Rams
said
fans
what's up.
already love me, bro.
Tell
Who?
McVay I said what's up, and I'm
You-
ready.
I
You
will.
want, you want to tell Coach McVay what's up? Is that what you want us to
Yeah,
do?
tell him I said what's up, and I'm ready in the year.
I'm gonna
Okay.
save that.
You got it. I'm going to tell him that you say what's happening.
Yeah, tell him
Okay.
I said what's good. What's
All
happening?
right. Hey, great job, DeAndre. Amazing job, Queen. DeMarco, I have pledged my love for you, and I
My
will
man.
continue to do the same thing. We are back tomorrow, and we are live at Rams Camp. Until then,